right. Are we going? Let's check it out, shall we? Looks like we are. Oops, gotta get through the ad first, because of course we do. Twitch. Come on. Why am I not logged in? Oh, silly computer. Oh, silly computer. Psychicola, how are you, my friend? Give me a second here, man. I'm bad at this, so I'm trying to get myself up on my phone and on my computer so I can. Where did that go? Went to a different email. Hell with it. I don't need it on my computer. It's fine. At least I don't think I do. All right. Let's close that. Close that. Come here. Turn the camera on. There we go. I think we're good to go. I am doing well. How are you? Having a good weekend? I had a very good weekend. My daughter, my 14-year-old daughter, graduated from middle school on or junior high on Saturday. She had her ceremony yesterday, and today I took my bike out for a nice long bike ride. So yeah, it's been a good weekend. And if you see me looking up and I guess up and to the left at your end, a DQ Blizzard. There you go. I got a monitor, so I need to get the camera I use is the camera that's on my laptop, which is to my right. So I need to get a camera for this new monitor that I just got. Kluber, Jansen's better than Kluber. Kluber's toast, man. Kluber is toast. Sox need to cut bait before it gets much worse. Jansen had a couple of bad outings, but he had a save last night, so I think he'll be all right. I go to DQ and I get I'm boring. I get either vanilla or chocolate soft serve dipped in the chocolate shell thing. That's what I get. And my kids all have dairy allergies, so they have to. I have to get them the what's it called? The dairy-free dilly bar. That's what my kids get from DQ because they can't eat dairy. So we started a couple of minutes early because I wanted to make sure that everything was good to go on my new computer. I'm good. My legs are sore. I did a 9-mile bike ride. Finished a couple of hours ago. So my legs are a bit sore. I haven't exactly been eating well this weekend with my daughter's graduation party yesterday, and yeah, I haven't been eating well. So my body did not handle the bike ride particularly well, but it's okay. All right. Yeah, so I'll just keep repeating myself here. As I look up and to the left, it's because my monitor, I have a new monitor now that's here, and the camera's here, so I got to get a camera to put up there. So anyway. All right, we're going to go ahead. It's been like a week since I've loaded up the save, so I don't even really remember where we are. I had it up brought it up about 5 or 10 minutes before the stream started just to kind of take a look around and see what we see. And as a reminder, we've got some injuries that we're dealing with. Riley Green, our star left fielder, is having a great year, is out for another 3 weeks with a sprained knee. We'll get him back before the deadline. Heriberto Hernandez down for a couple of days with a quad strain. How are you, Breeze? I forgot to ask you that. That was rude of me. I'm doing well. How are you? Adrian Sugastay, our starting catcher, is out for another 2 months. O'Neal Cruz is out for 2 days. He's having just an amazing year for us. And then Luis Gonzalez is down for a couple of months. Statistically, O'Neal Cruz has been our best bat this year. Jung-Hoo Lee we brought in during the offseason on a 6-year, $116 million contract. And he's having a good first season with us. 6 home runs, 36 RBIs, almost as many walks as strikeouts. He's doing nice. Tokunobu Hirai is... Let me make sure the audio's down on my phone so I don't hear myself in surround sound here. Was our other Japanese import, and he's on pace for 28 home runs, 75 RBIs, and he's playing a very, very good second base. Byron Buxton, we brought him in right at the end of, or I guess right at the beginning of spring training. The average is light, 204, but he is on pace for 38 home runs, 110 RBIs, and he has been above average defensively. Hernandez has been okay. I think this is what he is at this point, 750 to 800 OPS kind of guy. Luis Garcia, we picked him up in a trade in the offseason as well from Colorado. He's playing first base for us this year. Hasn't been great. Jeremy Pena we picked up last season, but we're not paying him anything. I think his contract is entirely being, 75% of it is being retained by Houston. He's given us some pop. He's on pace for 20 home runs, but again, he's slightly below average defensively. Tamez has been bad. How could I forget about Jake Jaloff, who's hitting 327 on the year? That's come way down. He was hitting like 450, if I remember correctly, like in April. He hit 500 in April. May was still 300 hitter, and he struggled in June. What am I doing here? I can't see... I guess it doesn't matter how many people are watching, right? Since I can't pull the stream up on my computer right now, I can't see how many people are watching, but that doesn't matter. Slade Caldwell was a Rule 5 guy. Brought him up to be our backup outfielder, and he's kind of been forced into the starting lineup with the injury to Riley Green. And then Jackson, and then our 3 worst hitters have been our catchers. So I think we need to figure something out from a catcher perspective. Pitching-wise, we moved... It was sort of Serna and Appleby's time, right, with Matt Brash leaving at the end of last season, and neither of them have pitched particularly well. They've both been okay, and that's the best I can say about them. Johnny Ray, who was a former White Sox that we brought back this past offseason, has been our best starter. Taylor Dollard has had a really solid year for us. Lucas Malstead, who we picked up in the offseason, has been just electric. 63 strikeouts, only 30 hits in 55 innings. McKinney's been okay. Schreiber's been just okay. Our pitching staff hasn't been as big a strength as it has been in the past. You can see starters ERA is 4th, bullpen is 9th. We're still pretty good defensively, and we're better offensively. So we sacrificed, it looks like, some pitching and defense for our offense this season. I want to check something. Hang on just a second. Let me see if I can do this. Give me just a minute, guys. I want to be able to pull the stream up on my computer, and right now I can't. So hold on just a minute. I don't think I can even... Let me pull it up there. No. Let me pull it up here. No, this is all stuff I should have dealt with ahead of time. Whatever. I'll deal with it later. I'm not going to deal with it right now. No, I don't think that's what the critics will say, Breeze. I think the critics will say that Corey Kluber is cooked. And winning on the road, especially when you're an East Coast team going west, is hard. Most professional ball players will tell you going west to east is easy. But going east to west is hard. So... I'm not worried about it. Taking 2 out of 3 in San Diego. I'm good with that. All right, so it's July 1st. It's July 1st. And we are going to go ahead and start simming. We got the draft coming up, followed by... And if you guys can't hear me, let me know, because with this monitor, I also moved my mic, so I think the sound is fine, but, You guys will have to let me know. All right, let's go. Yeah, so we got the draft coming up. If only Matt Barnes. No, I liked Matt Barnes, but his time had come and gone. I don't even know how he's doing in Florida right now, or if he's even pitching. All right, so we got the Yankees. We got the Yankees for 3. Yankees are in the wild card at 52-29 because Toronto is just steamrolling the competition. 57-24 are the Blue Jays. The 2 best teams in the American League both reside in the East. So, all right, let's get to some simming here. 4-0 win, so that's not a bad way to kick off. Again, I haven't even loaded the save up in like a week, so Harai and Pena both homer. Appleby with a 2-hit shutout, striking out 14. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Good start there. We have what? We've got expiring personnel. I want to bring back Clentak. And do I want to bring back Barry? I just crashed the game. Damn it. I knew that was going to happen. Hold on a minute, guys. They still haven't fixed that bug. Still have not fixed that bug where if you click on a coach's name from outside the coaching screen, it... when did I record the episode released for the White Sox? And we're going to lose this game now. Watch. I'm going to sim this game and we're going to lose it. We're going to get smoked. Let's see. Let's watch it and see what happens. Oh, we win. When did... Hey, it's not my fault, the game, that they have never fixed that bug. That big bug has been around for years. When did I... Are you talking about the White Sox episode, Random Task? I think I recorded that... Monday afternoon, maybe Tuesday morning. I don't really remember at this point. My week is sort of just all blended together. Bring Clentak back, bring Barry back. Or do we want... I was going to say, do I want to bring Barry back? And then I was going to click on him and crash it again. I think I want to bring Barry back. I don't see why I wouldn't. Yeah, I want to say it was Monday or Tuesday morning. Monday afternoon, I generally have some time to do some recording, so I tend to try to get as much in as I can on Monday afternoon. So I'll typically record a couple of episodes. Like tomorrow, I plan on recording episode 2 of the Draft of Glory and the next Cubs video. Even though I have a Cubs video ready to go for tomorrow, I'm gonna record another one tomorrow. So we won 7-5 here, so Appleby pitched well. Didn't pitch as well as he did last time, but pitched well. Lee homers. And we got ads already. Let's go with the ads. So for those of you watching on YouTube, we'll continue on while those on Twitch will have to wait for the ads to end. But we don't have a top 100 prospect. Our prospect system has not been great here over or at least this year it's not great. I think we had one top 100 prospect when the season started. Is that still where we are? Yeah, we got Bentz at 89, and that's it. We have graduated a couple of players, so it is what it is. But yeah, we don't have much of a minor league system at the moment. Game 2 against the Yankees, 3-2 loss. We got Ray on the mound today. Another loss, and we're no longer in first place. We lose 2 out of 3 to the White Sox. So basically, it's, 4 teams, 6 teams battling for 2 spots here? Or I guess 3 spots, 6 teams battling for 3 spots? Because no one's going to catch the Yankees, I don't think. All right. We got Detroit now. Dollard pitching. There we go. 8-4 win. 7-run 5th A 3-run homer by Buxton. It is. 3-run homer by Buxton. Blake Hunt with a homer. We need to do something about our catching. Catching situation is just abysmal right now. Dollard wasn't good, but our bullpen was. Anything interesting on the block as of yet, or are we not there yet? I don't really think we need pitching. Cease is available, but he's making $20 million. I mean, we could trade for Dylan Cease. I think we have the money to do it. Ohtani is somebody I was looking at, but I think he has a no trade clause, if I remember correctly. Batters. Yeah, I'm not sacrificing that much defense for that kind of offense. Anthony Siegler, no. Yeah, there's not really anybody on the block. It's a little disappointing. Oh, I missed Barry last week. Random task, now that I think about it. I forgot it was Sunday night. I missed Barry last week, so I'm a week behind. The last one I saw was the weird flash forward episode. The one where they went ahead 8, 10, 12 years, whatever it was. So I missed last week. I got to watch that. All right, we got 2 more against Detroit, followed by Texas before we go into the draft. We lose, but so does Kansas City. Final game against Detroit is a 4-0 win. Appleby a couple of good starts in a row. Heriberto Hernandez homers. Appleby 5 2/3 shutout. Last week's was nuts. Yeah, I'm looking forward to what I completely forgot. What was I doing last Sunday night? I had a baseball game. Last night, and then I got home and crashed. Had a walk-off win in the bottom of the 10th inning last Sunday night. Got home at 7 or something, 7:30, 8 o'clock. I don't even remember. Last week was a blur. All right, we got Texas followed by the draft. So every time we win, Kansas City wins. Every time we lose, Kansas City loses. We're 50 38. 3 hits for Jung-Hoo Lee. Hunt with a 2-run double. McKinney pitches well. Had some great guest appearances. Those are always fun. Johnny Ray pitches today. I have all my pitchers set. Yeah, I was going to say I had all my pitchers set at 110 because I saw that Ray only had 3 wins. I thought maybe he was getting pulled early. All right, we're 19-3. Offense explodes for 19 runs and 22 hits. Slade Caldwell with a 5-for-5 outing. Jung-Hoo Lee 2 hits. Is Cruz hurt again? No. Hernandez 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs. Buxton drives in 4. Harai drives in 3. Riley Jackson with home run and 6 RBIs. Keep him as long as he's hitting. I mean, if he's putting up an 850 OPS, he's got a spot on the roster, but he just doesn't really have a position. Johnny Ray was the beneficiary. Blake Snell against Taylor Dollard. As we look to go into the draft we have a 1-game lead on Kansas City. We scored 2 in the 8th. To come from behind, Jung-Hoo Lee 4 hits. Pena with 3. Home run for Hernandez, another one. Malstead blows a save. First blown save of the year, and it's draft time. So let's sim the game first, and then we'll do the draft. It's a 4-1 loss. Are we still in first place? We are still a game up. Draft time. I was going to say, we should have a decent draft spot because we finished under 500 a year ago. So we have the 15th overall pick, even though we won the World Series last season. So I'll take it. Let's go ahead and draft to our pick and see what is available. Those are pitchers. Yeah. There's some talent in this draft. Zion Jarito out of Delaware. Looks like just a mammoth bat. He's 21 years old, already pretty solidly developed. That looks like a pretty solid pick if that's the way we choose to go. Steve Garvey. Showing my age. There used to, for those of you who are young, there was a Steve Garvey who played baseball in the 70s and 80s. We got a catcher who can't catch. Duenas looks okay, but he just looks like a cheaper version of Jarito. Albers is kind of the same. Maddox looks pretty good, but he's a terrible defender. Yeah, I think Jarito, unless there's a pitcher that blows me away, Jarito I think is the easy option here, right? Edgar Banda looks just okay. Riley Marlowe, the changeup probably never develops. He's got high work ethic, but the changeup probably doesn't ever develop, so he's a 3-pitch pitcher. Although screwball sinker combo is pretty interesting. Ways away though at 17. Bobby McBride looks pretty good too. High work ethic, that changeup probably does. It's a good point that they don't reuse some of the more fun and interesting names like Rusty Kuntz or Pete Lecoq. But Steve Garvey, sure. I think we're going with the center fielder. I think we're going Jarito. I think that's the easy option this year. Yep, I think that is the easy option. Zion Jarito. 65 outfield range. Probably starts an A-ball. Wants slot, but it's easy signability, so let's go ahead and do that. Second pick, Greg Terranez, a catcher who is not really a catcher. He literally has better infield ratings than he does catcher ratings. I don't know why he's listed as a catcher. Jeff McLeod. All right. Oh, excuse me. He's not a shortstop. He's a second baseman. His nickname is Wino. Oh, the nicknames are strong in Out of the Park 24. Marquise Tharps, the nickname of Homero or Homero. To U of I Springfield. Okay. Kind of like him. Batting profile is pretty good. Can play multiple positions. He's passable in left field. Marquise Tharp looks pretty good. Let's see what else is available, though. Jabari Best, no. Jesus Pampa, no. Yeah, you're not going to be able to post a link in. Let me see if I can do it from here. Hang on. Is it something I can do from my phone? I don't think it's something I can do from my phone, and I think. Let me see if I can get it up on my computer. Hold on a minute. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Give me a minute. Give me just a minute. See if I can remember my password. Problem is I have like everybody, I've got like 17 email addresses. Is that the password for that one? It looks like it is. Let's go. All right, hang on. I'm just waiting for it to hit my email. Hey, Cardinal fan. No, my computer didn't crap out on me. Well, no, the computer itself works fine. Yeah, that is not an incorrect code. That's literally the code you guys just sent me. No, my monitor, the screen stopped working. The bezel started to come loose on the screen, and then there it is, 720-153, and then it started pressing on the screen itself, and it stopped working. It was No, it's behind me. It's over there somewhere. I now have like two stopped working. It was yeah. Yes, Ike, you can post it in Discord, but let me I don't know if that's something I can do. I don't know how to be a mod, so this like I have no idea what I'm doing here. Pause. Chat settings. Appearance. Channel mode. Manage moderation settings. Will it let me do anything here? I don't want to do something that's going to piss off Chris. That's the other thing. So, there we go. Oh, except for once posted. There. Try it again, Psycho. Try it again. Yes, you can also join an online league with myself and Random Task and Josh Beer when he shows up. All right, so second round. Speaking of Discord, if there's anybody in chat who's not already in our Discord, I will go ahead and do that as well. Edit invite link. I'm still getting used to having a monitor here, so occasionally I end up coming back to my main computer and all right, what do we got? Tommy Rivera, the Penguin, 21-year-old. That's pretty insane, man. High work ethic, 65 stamina, ground ball pitcher. He's 6'8", which I know Random Task loves. Love it. Love it. All right, so I got to make sure I shut that off. So anyway, yeah, there's the Discord. We got to keep drafting. We're in the second round. Do we want to take a pitcher or do we want to take that third baseman? Link Blackwell, nickname the Kissing Bug. The pitches. He has more pitches than what's listed there? That's even better. You love that. Link Blackwell, the Kissing Bug. He's 5'9", 175 pounds, and he throws mid-90s. I think we're going with... at third baseman. I think we're going with Marquise Homero Tharps out of U of I Springfield. I gotta take this hoodie off. It is hot as balls in my office right now. Ugh. I haven't set up my air conditioner yet. That's a project for tomorrow while I'm supposed to be working. I gotta put the air conditioner in. All right. Third round. So yeah, Cardinal fan. I got a new computer. I got a smaller one, which is why I invested in a laptop, which is why I invested in a monitor too. I mean, it's a 15-inch. It's big enough. I haven't owned a desktop computer in over a decade, so I got this little 15-inch laptop that it's still a gaming PC, gaming laptop, if you will. But I'm kind of digging playing out of the park baseball and some of my other games on this bigger monitor. It's kind of fun. For clarity, you only agree with the height theory for pitchers for TCR bumps. It's purely... Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Understood. Steve Zanka, low work ethic. The thing is, I take a player like this, and I know within a year he's going to be a 50. You know, so it's like, I'll take him, but... We could take Jared LeKind Jr., out of IMG. Everybody goes to IMG. The hot dog flag? Oh, it's not a hot dog flag. That's the Chicago Dogs. That's their logo. It's the Chicago-style hot dog. It's not not like a dog. It's a hot dog. 17-year-old. Ground ball. Batting profile, though. Oops. Kind is a ground ball. They're all ground ball. Hoping for a line drive kind of profile. Malone, meh. Grace Emily, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Dan Gottle. It's impossible. I like that profile. It's weird. The high home run power and high eye and discipline. It's not a hot dog flag. I mean, it's not a... Okay, it's not a flag of a hot dog. It's a... I mean, I guess technically it is, but it's the team logo. It's not just like I decided to put like a hot dog flag on my wall. I'm good. How are you? I'm doing well. So I think LeKind, I guess. He's the best defensively, high work ethic, good contact, gap power, home run power if it develops, passable. But again, probably never develops because that's our luck. It is a flag with a hot dog on it, but it is not a hot dog flag. It's not like it's an Oscar Mayer flag. Stop it. Mike Foster. No, it's gap power. I wanted home run power. We could take Mike Bauer at this point. I mean, he's not a catcher, but 70 contacts, 70 power. It's hard to pass up. OSA doesn't like him as much, which means this is probably where he ends up. How is my stream going? It's going... It just started. It's going pretty well, I think. I think it's going pretty well. That's a good point. That's a good point. I don't know that I'd eat a hot dog that was bright red like that either, to be fair. What are we doing? What round are we in? Why are we in the third round? Do we have a comp pick? Sure. Continue the draft. Cavicom rating with 26 people. Love it. Johnny Balls, how are you? Nazbase, thank you for the follow. Dark Horse, thanks for the follow. Grace, this isn't actually my channel. I host on this channel for GM Games, so I would suggest reaching out to them if that's something you were interested in. But I have absolutely no say as to what goes on as far as graphics go on Twitch for this channel. That's all them. Breeze, you're the man. I love you, man. Thank you. Cavicom, how are you? What were you playing? What were you doing? I know Breeze sent you in here. We're playing out of the park baseball. What were you doing before you sent all of these lovely people my way on this Sunday night? Angelo Glorioso, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Perfect Team playoffs. I've been playing a little bit of Perfect Team. Last week I pulled a 100. Who the hell was it? Here, we're gonna look. We're gonna go back and we're gonna look at my Perfect Team. Hang on. Lost game 7 of the World Series. That sucks, man. Rob Deere in the headlights. How you doing, my friend? Rob Deere, I remember when the Red Sox traded for Rob Deere in 91, and I was convinced that he was going to lead the team to the promised land. 14-year-old me was kind of a dum-dum. For those of you just joining the channel, my name is Aaron, who don't know me. Here's my team. Who did I pull? Who was it? Jesse Tannehill. I pulled a 100 Jesse Tannehill not too long ago. Yeah, I haven't logged in a few days, Breeze. I've been busy. This is my team right now. I don't spend any money at all, so it's all I just get points from meeting the whatever they are, hitting the target goals and things like that. So yeah, this is my team at the moment. It's really heavy on pitching. I think overall most of my most of my, well, I guess I got a couple of 90s offensively. Arise, Alonzo, Will Smith, Sean Murphy, Marcus Simeon. So, yeah, I check in on it from time to time. So that is my perfect team. Yeah. So those of you who don't know me, my name is Aaron. I have been playing games here on GM Games now for 3 or 4 years. Mostly out of the park baseball, but there's been some other stuff on the channel as well over the years. I also have my own YouTube channel. It's called Around the World Sports. I play pretty much every sports simulation game there is over on that channel. So if you want to head over there and drop me a follow and say hello, that would be awesome. We are in what year are we in here? We are in year 8 with the White Sox. We're coming off back-to-back World Series championships. Last year we went 79-83, squeaked into the postseason and managed to run the table and win the World Series. So back-to-back World Series champions. We're in our 8th season. 3 playoff appearances, 2 World Series titles. We're currently in first place in year 8. And we're in the middle of the first year player draft. So yeah, I don't do a ton of perfect team. I check in on my team every couple of days and, see if I have new packs. And if I've got new packs, well, I've got 4 right now. But generally I will, just load them up and, yeah, set my roster and off I go. What round are we in? We are in the 3rd round. I was looking. We did have a comp pick. That's why I backed out of this in the first place. Is I did have a comp pick. This Nixton Rich. That's an interesting name. Ground ball pitcher. Wants 2.4, which we can swing because, well, we've got money, so it's not a huge issue. He looks all right. I mean, he's a high school pitcher, which means he probably never develops when it's all said and done, but we'll take a shot at him. It's fine. All right, we are in round 4. Chris Brundage. He's an impossible sign. We'll let that one go. Individual pitch potential. We got any knuckleballers? No knuckleballers in the draft. Circle change. Got a couple of guys, but he's not really any good. Oof. Kevin Leach. I don't understand why he's only rated a 50. 75 stuff, 50 movement, 55 control, 3 potentially plus pitches, high work ethic. Yeah, I'll take Kevin Leach. 100%. So yes, welcome to the those of you who jumped in at Breeze's recommendation. Breeze, a good guy. I want to call you a kid, but I don't actually know how old you are, so calling you a kid is probably an insult because I don't know. I assume you're a kid, but I don't know for sure. Jorge Osorio looks, the changeup never develops, so he's probably a 3-pitch pitcher, but fastball, sinker, cutter, really good stamina, good hole. Yeah, sure. I mean, we're taking, Breeze is a jolly good fellow. Yes, he is. He's a good fellow. He's an infant. Ah, look at Breeze. Turning 19 in 2 months. Well, almost happy birthday, my man. You've been around forever. You've been around. You've been following. You've been watching my stuff forever. So you were just a wee little teen when you started watching my stuff. So I appreciate you, man. I really do. I appreciate all you guys. It's kind of corny, but I do. I appreciate everybody. Maybe not everybody. There's some people I don't appreciate, but everybody who follows the channel I appreciate. He's an infant. Cavicom, do you play offline at all, or are you strictly a perfect team guy? Kansas City Sean, yo yourself, my man. 3 weeks old. That would be an infant. Robelin Gore. High loyalty, really good defensively. The bat, meh. Strictly perfect team. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I could never. I don't know. It's not for me. At least the paying portion of it. I could just never get into spending more money on out of the park baseball than I already spend. I like Omari Jemmett. Good defensively, high work ethic. I've purchased every version of Out of the Park Baseball since '07, which kind of shows my age here a little bit. And I just have... I know you don't have to pay. But you can, right? Like, you can pay to get more cards, to get more packs, to buy players, things like that. Those are just things that I just don't do. So I have my perfect team. I just won't spend any more money. I won't spend any money on it. I just get what I get. Kevin Townsend. Take him. Looks all right. Yeah, for me, it's fun. I enjoy going in and seeing how my team's doing, and it's fun competing against other people. But that's really the extent of it for me. But I know how popular it is, and I know, how much time and energy and effort is going into Perfect Team from Marcus and his team, and it's great. I mean, as long as it can continue to bring more people to Out of the Park Baseball and continue to reinvest that money back into the game, I'm all for it. But yeah, I'm certainly not going to badmouth it or say anything negative about it, because I still think it's if you don't pay, is it fun? I guess that depends on your definition of fun, right? Like I said, I check it every couple of days because there are no, to my knowledge, like, there's no injuries, there's nothing like that. So I check it every couple days to see if I've hit any new targets and received any new packs. And if I have new packs, I'll open them. And I try to save up my points to either make a splash on buying a player or going out and buying more packs. So it's to me, it's certainly not the same level of in depth as offline, but like I said, I guess it just depends on your definition of fun. Gristle Whistle, thank you for the follow. Can you make memes? If winning is the only reason you play, it can get frustrating. Yeah, I can see that, especially if you're not willing to spend money on new packs and players and things like that. I used to, when the first year of Perfect Team, that's ultimately what happened to me, Cavicom, was I got frustrated because I couldn't get out of bronze or silver or whatever league I was in. I couldn't get out of it, and I would keep getting bounced down because I would get trucked every year by teams that were just so much better than me. So yeah, I now I don't really worry about it. It's like, let's see how far I can advance with the team that I have, kind of thing. Mike Clayton, he looks pretty good. High work ethic, I like that. Solely to make me. You do meme a lot. I will vouch for that. Random Task memes a ton in our online leagues. Pretty much, I would say it's probably an 85-15 split of memes versus like actual league related stuff in our online leagues. I think what is with all these pitchers? Like, this guy shouldn't be rated a 40. High work ethic, good stuff, 4 good pitches. Yeah, you meme a ton. They're funny, so I'm certainly not going to complain about them. I'm not trying to make the best team. I'm trying. Yeah, that's, what, Gristle Whistle, that is a great way of looking at it. That is an absolutely great way of looking at it. I'm not looking to make the best team. I'm trying to make the best team I can. That's an amazing way of looking at it, honestly. Are there like, within Perfect Team, is there a way to like communicate with other people in the league? Or is it done through like the Out of the Park forums? Because part of the reason I like the online game is that interaction with other people. There's not. That's too bad. I wish there was, because that interaction with other people is part of what makes the online stuff fun for me. Not necessarily smack talk. Like, there's not a ton of smack talk in our online leagues. There are a couple people who do it, but It's just fun being able to communicate. Discord, okay, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I'm on Out of the Park Discord. I don't spend a lot of time on it because there's just a lot of people there, and you walk away for 5 minutes, and all of a sudden you've got 70 new messages to read, and I can't keep up with that. This is gonna be a pitcher heavy draft for us, and 90% of them likely don't develop, but whatever. FJ, 9 months in a row, dropping the RJ Mayer in chat. We love RJ. So my Discord, our Discord, the Around the World Sports Discord, is an RJ Mayer fan club. And I'm going to once again drop that in here. This is my Discord. This is not GM Games Discord. This is my personal Discord. Most of the people that have been chatting are on that Discord. So if you want to come in and say hi and talk about Out of the Park Baseball and other games and drop the occasional meme, that would be cool. No, they absolutely hammered RJ they patched RJ to death in the new update, and it's killing me. Yep, they absolutely torched RJ. It's awful. It's absolutely awful. People can display their Discord name plus forum names. You can send DM. Oh, okay, that's fair. That's fair. Especially just having the Discord ability. Tim Hurley looks okay in the 12th round. Just being able to communicate back and forth. For Out of the Park Baseball, I love the dynasty aspect, where I find an 8th round pick, have a Hall of Fame career, and then you hire him up. Yeah. I mean, random task. That's why I play primarily offline. You have the ability to do that. So you can you can live with broken finances as long as you have your boy. Yeah, random task. You just set up the team. You set up your roster just like offline. You set here. We'll go back and look. This is going to be all over the place for those of you watching this on YouTube after the fact. So I apologize for that. But this is what happens on a live stream. Sometimes things go sideways. Coffee grounds. That was disappointing. I guess we can open the packs while I'm there, too. See what we get. I'm sure we won't get anything useful. But, yeah, I mean, it looks the same, right? You just set your lineup. You set your pitching staff. You click Submit Team, and you're good. Yeah, so that's how it works. There's no coaches. There's no scouting. Nothing like that, because it's literally all just the players that you pick. Oh, yeah, but these are all bad packs. Like, these are all good. These are going to be all crap packs. Yeah, like, cool. I got McKinley Moore. He's a 54 overall. That's awesome. Good stuff. Let's open the next pack. Hey, we got a gold card. Gary Peters, 1966 with the White Sox. All right, that's not bad. No, Psycho, it's empty. That was the last sip of my coffee. I started it like 2 hours ago. I was just nursing it. And if it duplicates, then... No, the game... I think it's just the Out of the Park engine just sims it. It sims it every... I don't even know how long it is. I'm sure there's somebody in here who could tell you better than I could. But it just sims it every, X number of hours. There we go! That'll work. I should do this with you guys more often. Pick up a Dansby Swanson, 91 overall. That'll work. Another one. Are you kidding me? What are we doing? Yeah, right, Sean? That's awesome. No, you do. Like, all of these people here are other players who have their own teams, and they're spending their own, their own points on cards and things like that. So you open up your packs, and then you got all these players over here that are kind of on your reserve roster. You move them onto your regular roster, you set your lineups, and you go. All right, so Glenn Wright will come out. We're bringing ourselves in a Dansby Swanson. What do we do? The one thing I don't do. You don't understand what actually happens. I mean, I guess what don't you get? Like the next. Well, it looks like they're at promotion and relegation right now. So in 3 minutes, the out of the park engine is going to sim ahead X number of days, and then the season will start. And the season sims ahead sims ahead a week at a time, or a day at a time, every 20 minutes or something, and it just sims through the season. There's no trading, there's no free agency, there's nothing like that. All right, so the one thing I don't do is use the auction. I would just sell Carney Lansford, but can he play anywhere else? I don't think so. First base, who's my first baseman? Pete Alonso. So I think Lansford comes out. I probably... Yeah, I'm not going to mess with all that right now. I just kind of wanted to open up the packs, kind of show you guys what was there. Now we're going to take out Gary Nolan, put Gary Peters in, and then Austin Riley goes in for who? I mean, do I put him in for Lansford? I think so. And then you get missions to complete, and as you complete those missions, you get more coins, and then you use those coins to buy more cards. Yes, random task. That is 100% accurate. Yes. You hit it on the head. Which is one of the reasons I don't play it a whole lot. Again, I like that interaction with other people. I like being able to, play the games on my own and that sort of thing. So, and then you just click Submit Team, and it submits it. I mean, I got to go in and reset my roster, but for now I'll just do this so I can get out of here. Submit the team, and then you're done. And that's really it. You can watch the simulations, but they don't actually show you the games, right, Mr. Audit? It's just like the day-to-day simulation, like it shows you the scores, the line scores. I don't think I've ever sat there through a simulation. We got to finish this draft. First year player draft. We're in the 12th round. All right, let's sim ahead. Oh, you can watch the highlights afterwards. Oh, well, that's neat. I didn't know that. Something I was not aware of. I think we may let the AI finish up here in just a minute. Let's see if there's anything we missed. Low work ethic. Take Gurley, I guess, just because he's got the high work ethic. I think we already took a couple. I don't think there are many left. No, it's pitchers. We got Zion Void. I mean, that's a name. We can take him. He's got low work ethic. He's never going to develop, but I guess couldn't hurt. Yes, random task, 100%. 100%. Especially an out of the park 23. I say that having just won the World Series as a 79 win White Sox team, but I haven't seen it as much in 24 with wild card teams kind of steamrolling everybody in the postseason. Take Chad Engelman. I mean, second baseman, obviously, with the arm, but 40 overall, or 40 potential, rather. You should have seen. Let me see. Let's finish the draft. I don't think we drafted anybody with crazy names in this one, but there were a couple of bizarre names before you got in. This is who we took: Zion Jarito with our top pick. Marquise Homero or Homero. Tharps. Good nicknames. I have noticed that that the Pythags have been a little wonky. We've got $14 million, so that should allow us to sign all of these guys. that are asking for more than slot, especially given our second round pick only wants $450,000. I think the most I've been under my Pythag so far with any team is like a -9 or something like that. Just ridiculous. And Zorito, let's see. He's excited. Let's just offer him 6. I don't normally do this, but let's try to save a little bit of money. All right, so let's get through. When's the All-Star game? Get through the All-Star game and then think about some trades. You get Riley Green back in a week, which is obviously huge. Another loss to Baltimore. Thankfully, we're still in first place because every time we lose, Kansas City loses. Green back in a week. Let's win a game here, folks. It's the 48-44 Orioles. We win 1-0 behind Colin McKinney. Garcia with a home run in the second. No-hitter. That's a no-hitter, folks. Colin McKinney. Homegrown talent. Colin McKinney pitches a complete game, no-hitter, striking out 11, walks 2. Let's go. You love it. You love to see the no-hitters. And that's part of the reason, you know, random task. You were talking about one of the great things about this game is there are all the different ways it can be played and enjoyed by whoever's playing. And this is why I play it day by day like this. This even in my offline stuff. When I'm sitting in my basement playing, I literally go day by day because I like seeing stuff like that. I like seeing the no-hitter or the 4 home runs or or something like that. It's pretty cool. Right now the West and the Central are pretty close. Rangers and Astros 2 games behind Seattle. Yeah, you just got ads, I know. I think the only person who's here with me right now is FJ because he's a subscriber. So I think FJ is adless. I think everybody else has got a couple of ads they got to sit through. I apologize for this. It's 5 ads this time. But yeah, as I was saying, one of the things I love about this game is he's not on the team anymore. Your guy's not on the team anymore. Oops. Finger placement. Matt is with the Brewers. Well, that's a reasonable contract. How did they get him for $8 million? Wow. That is a good contract for Matt Brash. Wow. Yeah, it's your boy. He was really, really good for us, man. He was really good. 2 times. He was an all-star. One of the first acquisitions we made at your suggestion, by the way. Credit where credit's due. Stuck him right in the rotation, and he was outstanding. He got 15 WAR and 179 starts. Struck out over 1,000 batters for us. Yeah, he was really good. He was really good for us. All right, we got Los Angeles. We got the Angels coming up. The Angels are not good, which means we're going to lose 2 out of 3. There's the first loss. And we're back. Welcome back, everybody. We win 5-2 here. So yeah, as I was saying before we went to the ad break, as it were, the thing I love about playing this game, the reason I play it day by day like that is so that I can see stuff like, the homegrown Colin McKinney throwing a no-hitter. If I sim a month at a time, I'm not going to see that. I'm not going to go back and look at every box score. So that's why I play the way I do. But, you play the game the way that works for you, and you play the game the way that makes you happy. Yeah. Especially those 2 World Series wins. That'd be nice. Yeah, I bet. Mariners fan checking in. Final game before the All-Star break. We're 2 games up on Kansas City. It'd be nice to win. Kansas City lose, going to the break with a 3-game lead. That would be nice. I told you we were going to lose 2 out of 3. Told you we were going to lose 2 out of 3 to the second worst team in the American League. All-Star game. What do we got? Before we do that, we had everybody sign. Disable and Jarito and Tharps will start in A-ball. Yeah, he's probably, if his ratings don't plummet instantly, he's probably going to get fast-tracked. You know, when I first started playing Out of the Park baseball, this game is giving too much. Well, we are 8 years into it, Sean, so, you know, there's that, too. Speaking of Kansas City, if you haven't already, check out my channel, my YouTube channel. I'm doing a draft to glory using the Kansas City Royals over there, where we can only use homegrown players. I just finished Season 1. I'm going to record Season 2 tomorrow. So they're in second place. Second place. Bobby Witt still trucking along at age 29. Had a good career. Lost all of 2026 due to injury. That's no good. 80 contact, 75 power, and 60 void. I and a void K. I'm sure he does. That's nuts. Pasquantino up to age 31. They're doing okay. They're doing all right. Middle of the pack offensively and pitching. Bina looks pretty good. Yeah, they're doing all right. All-Star game. That's what we're going to look at. And then we're going to look at potential trade opportunities. So who made the All-Star team? Malstead. Not a single starter made it for us, which isn't a huge surprise. Malstead made it and is apparently listed as the starting pitcher. Okay. I mean, that's fine. He's going to start. Juan. No, we're not Boston. We're Chicago. O'Neal Cruz made it. I mean, 2 All-Stars. O'Neal Cruz and Lucas Malstead. And that is it. Prospects, Quadir Pease. Our top pick a couple of years. Our second-round pick last year has been not good. And it looks like he's the only one. Ken Waldachuk the GOAT. Why is Ken Waldachuk the GOAT? How can everybody be the GOAT? How can he be the GOAT if RJ is the GOAT? And if Matt Brash is the GOAT? Who's GOATier? All right, so what do we need? What do we need going into the All-Star game? Or into the trade deadline? We need a catcher. We get Green back in 3 days, and that'll put Caldwell back into his 4th outfielder role, and I think we'll be fine there. You know, the jokes will get better with age, man. The jokes will get better with age, Breeze. Keep trying, though. Keep trying. Ichiro is the GOAT of goats. I don't know about that. Split, none. Scope. What is going on here? Why does it do... Oh, there we go. Scope, Major League. All right, so we are set in right field. We're set in center field. Shortstop, I think we're fine. 700 OPS for Pena with above-average defense. I got no problem with that. We're fine at third. We're fine at second. First base, Garcia and Hernandez are passable, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't hate to find a better option at first base and, I don't know, move Garcia into a backup infield role or something. I don't really know. But our catching situation's not good. Riley Jackson, if he could field the position better, would be the answer. But, yeah, I mean, this is a small sample size. But even last year, it's not showing his last year's numbers. Why not? Well, it's not I mean, you're not going to start a heated debate because that's just wrong. It's just wrong. Yeah. I mean, I guess if you're debating Ichiro's Japanese numbers, then an argument could be made. But if you're talking just the numbers in the majors, there's no way that Ichiro's a better player than David Ortiz. No way. It's not possible. Pitching-wise, I think we're fine. I don't think I mean, we'll see what's on the block. I mean, I would never say no to another starting pitcher. Move Dollar to the bullpen or Serna because he's been not good this year. Bullpen arm, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we need a whole lot. Let's see what's on the block, and I guess we'll start there. How many home runs does Ichiro have again? How many World Series championships does Ichiro have again because of his unbelievable clutch hitting in the postseason? Those things are all count, my man. DL Hall, 16 million. Let's look at batters first, because ultimately a catcher is the big thing that we need. Nope. Doesn't look like there's going to be an option. I guess let's do this. It's a good fielding. Ali Sanchez. World Series count because they don't make it to the World Series in 04 without him. And in 07, he hit like 700 in the postseason or something absurd. No, it absolutely does count. Anthony Siegler. That doesn't help the offense at all. What do we have for upcoming free agents? Drew Romo. $24 million. I mean, Narvaez is making $12 million. Bo Naylor's making a buttload of money. Playing in a Little League park. All right, I'll let you have it. I don't agree with you at all, but I'll let you have it. I'll let you have it. Heineman doesn't look terrible. And if I'm going to trade for a catcher, I want it to be splashy. Like, I would love to try to trade for Bo Naylor, but he plays for Kansas City, so that doesn't make any sense. The numbers all count. The numbers are all a factor in when talking about how great somebody is. They have to. They have to. They may not count towards the season counting stats, but they absolutely count. Naylor's really the one I want to go after, but he plays for Kansas City, who's a game behind us, so it doesn't make any sense to trade for him. Let's just get crazy. Let's get crazy here, because I mean, how are we down to no money? Where did all of our money go? We had $8 million last I checked. All right, well, I guess we're not trading for Drew Romo. If Ichiro is the GOAT, Teddy Ballgame is the tier above GOAT. What's greater than a GOAT? Yeah, I don't know that we're going to... Because we get Sugastay back in, a month? 6 to 7 weeks. So he'll be back by the end of August. I think... I mean, maybe let's just look at batters. Maybe there's a bat there that we can bring in, and because Garcia, I mean, he's been fine. I mean, not really. You say that he really hasn't been fine. He's been maybe Psycha, but I thought I had. Oh yeah, that's where it was. That's where it went. I thought my draft budget was higher than that. That is exactly where it went. I guess it's been like a week since I've played, so there's just some stuff I haven't looked at. But yeah, that's exactly where it went. It went into the draft. That's fine. That is fine. We'll make do. Old man has old man takes. Give me a break, will ya? Give me a break. David Ortiz is an awesome baseball player. I don't think there's really anything we can go after just because we don't really have the money to do much. Sawinski wouldn't be a bad get. Good power, really good eye. Ketel Marte over at first. Can still hit lefties, and he's making $16 million. What are the A's doing paying 35-year-old Ketel Marte $16.5 million? Stupid. That's sweet, FJ. I appreciate that. You guys are all right, too. Sawinski wouldn't be bad if we picked up Sawinski. Bob Evan. No, there's a place right up the street from me called. It's literally called Seven Dwarves. It's a breakfast restaurant right up the street from my house. And what's his name? They played the older brother was on Saturday Night Live. He was one of the Blues Brothers. He died of a cocaine overdose. Why can't I think of his name? Somebody tell me his name really quickly. What's his name? Why is it escaping me because I'm old? It's got to be it. Anyway, his younger brother used to work at this restaurant. He's from the town I live in, and he used to work at... Yeah, thank you. Yes, Jim Belushi. Yes, Jim Belushi died. John Belushi, the younger brother, worked at this restaurant, Seven Dwarfs. There's your story. There's your story for the day. If we picked up someone like Sawinski, I mean, he could go into the lineup. I mean, he would... I mean, he's not going to play outfield over any of our outfielders. He's not going to play DH against lefties. Yeah, okay, so whichever one is still alive. Jim is still alive. Jim worked at Seven Dwarves. John died, I'm sorry. John Belushi had one of the best Saturday Night Live skits ever, the Little Chocolate Donuts. For those of you who are my age, that's one of the greatest Saturday Night Live skits ever put together, was Little Chocolate Donuts. And the Samurai Chef, that was another good one. So if we picked up Sawinski, I don't know where we would play him. I mean, I guess like the answer would be sticking Hernandez at first, but that's not going to happen. Yeah, it's just not a fit. It's not a fit. I mean, he's probably an upgrade over Caldwell, but the problem is we got to keep Caldwell on the big league roster all year long as he's a Rule 5 guy. We could send down one of these catchers. It's probably not the worst plan. We could send down Jackson for now. Is there anybody else? Andrew Vaughn's making a ton of money. We could bring back Bo Bichette to be incredibly disappointing again. Cronenworth? He looks okay. How's he doing? 766. I mean, he's been better than Garcia this year. Bring in Zach Jaloff to play alongside his brother. Yeah, I liked the night. Yeah, I'm a big Saturday Night Live guy. I remember watching it when I was like, 6 and 7 years old. My dad would let me stay up and watch it because my parents were divorced, and that's what dads of divorced children do, is they let them do things that they probably shouldn't be doing. So I was staying up till in New England and on the East Coast, Saturday Night Live is on until 1 in the morning. It started at 11:30 after the news. So I'm an 8-year-old kid staying up till 1 o'clock in the morning. With my dad watching Saturday Night Live. But yeah, I started watching it in the early 80s. 80s and 90s Saturday Night Live was fantastic. It's absolutely phenomenal. Jaloff isn't a bad option. Contract expires. They would have to retain everything. I don't know how keen they are on doing that, but we can see. Okay. Well, that's good to know. You can't have Eric Humphrey, but that's good to know. Some of these players, I don't know. I'm not really connected to any of these players because none of them are gonna develop, because that's just the luck I have. We'll start with Nelson Ladondo. I don't know why they don't want me to do it. This guy's awful. He's got high work ethic, but he's awful. That actually doesn't change things at all. All right, well, that's fine. Keep throwing below average prospects at you until you say yes. Want Drew Downs? I don't particularly want Drew Downs. There we go. Brennan Siegler, nope. Salazar, man, that glove's so good. Here we go. Ethan Anderson, 25-year-old, playing in Birmingham right now. You can have him. Just make sure there's nobody else there, yeah. Let's give you Ethan Anderson. So they're going to retain all 100%. We're going to trade Londono, get that right for the third time. The classic throw enough shit at the wall and see. Yeah, I mean, we made the decision at the very beginning to play with make this work now on in this save, so we're going to do that, and we're going to take advantage of the way the game works. So we'll trade Drew Downs, who was a third-round pick back in 2027. High work ethic. Bat looks okay. I mean, he's the definition of average, right? He's like between 50 and 55 for almost every discernible skill. So, you know, we'll pick up Zach Jaloff. He'll give us another bat. He can play first. He can play third. I'm fine with that. Oh, that's why. So apparently he's an asshole. That's fine. We should have enough. He's not disruptive, so that's fine. Yeah, he's a quad A player, yeah. We have a captain, we have a couple leaders, and he's not disruptive, so we should be all right as far as that goes. Means we can send Jackson down, call Jaloff up, and immediately put him in at first. He's not hitting this year, but, I mean, the ratings are good. Maybe we just play him against lefties and we let Garcia play against righties for the time being and see how it goes. I agree. And it's also for half a year. You know, and part of me, you know, wants to say, well, let's hope that, you know, if this was real life and Zach Jaloff came in and was a douche, you would think that his brother Jake, I assume they're brothers, would tell him to knock it off. Yeah, they're both from Delaware, so... you would assume that one brother could kind of control the other, but I don't know if that's necessarily a thing. All right, so we make our first deal of this episode. We're going to get Riley Green back in 3 days, which will lengthen the lineup nicely. And we're just going to sim as far as we can sim. Riley Green eligible to come off the DL. Who goes to the minors? Oh, we must have called up Jackson. No, I think we called up we called up Fortes when Green got hurt, and that allowed us to move him to catcher. So, all right. Nobody I really want to send down, but I got to get Green back on the roster. So let's see if there's any interest in a Luis Garcia. I like that. The I and the avoid K. Won't ever hit enough. He's not a particularly good defender, but he's got some speed. He's got some good eye. Oh, he's a free agent. A free agent. Of course he is. Brooks Lee. I mean, doesn't really help us. This $9 million arbitration estimate. Altamirano with a nickname of Balls. I mean, we got to pull the trigger here, right? We have to. In your new sim, you've now expanded the draft to 30 rounds and expanded the generated player pool to cover 35. Do you draft every single round, or do you do what I do and get to like round 14 or 15 and go, all right, I'm done? So we have to make this trade, right? I mean, he's out for 7 to 8 weeks, which is fine, but we have to trade for somebody whose nickname is Balls. So I'm gonna say okay to that. Let's just make sure there's nobody else that isn't. Oh, Marcelo Meyer. There's a contract I regret signing. Balls. Yeah, our money would improve. Our money would improve. Would pick up about $3 million, and we'll get balls on our team. Let's see. Will you retain? Sure, you can have Stuart Fairchild alongside of him. You draft every round, there's a player worth taking. Yeah, and I think that's what I do, right? For the most part. I mean, there are times where I feel rushed and I just, want to get through it, but that's what I try to do as well. So David Altamirano, just draft based on high leadership and high work. Yeah, that makes sense. David Balls Altamirano for Luis Garcia and Stuart Fairchild. Garcia wasn't terrible. I mean, we didn't give up much to get him, so I'm not really all that bummed out about it. But, I mean, he is popular, which isn't going to be great. But, yeah, I was expecting... I mean, obviously there's, Colorado that you have to take into account. But, I mean, he was a 300 hitter with 20 home runs and 80 to 100 RBIs for 5 straight seasons. You would think that would... I mean, you could see just how inflated by Coors' numbers were. I mean, 4 years before Coors, he was okay. Then he was really good in Coors, and then he was bad with us. I'm sure, these are things that I could have done a little bit more digging into during the offseason. Last offseason when I was making the trade. I mean, you look at his numbers. I mean, those are good numbers, but, 871 OPS, but only 2.6 WAR. He had 22 home runs, drove in 127, had 200 hits, led the league in hitting and hits, and he put up 2 WAR. So, I mean, there are flags there somewhere. But, yeah, I think this is fine. Altamirano, pick up some more pitching depth. He's not going to pitch much this season, it doesn't look like, but ground ball pitcher. He's balls, and we'll trade Luis Garcia. The fans didn't not like it. Yeah, what Coors does. That is... true. All right, so that means we'll put him on there. We will also now put him on the injured list. And we can call back up Riley Green. That is huge. Let's get Riley back in the lineup in left. We'll get Zach Jaloff out there at first base. Is it Jaloff or Guloff? Is it a hard G or is it a soft G? Somebody's got to know. What are we doing here? Left field. Cool. So our lineup is back to normal-ish. Let's let the AI set that. Am I okay with that? Yeah, I think so. Tamez isn't going to play much, but he's good defensively. In a backup role, he's fine. Maybe start him a little bit more for Pena. Reminds me about it. Yeah, right. Or who was? Oh, you remember that? I showed you on Discord that the guy I had playing for my Red Sox in my offline save. It was what's his name? Miguel Blyes. Miguel Blyes. He hit like 55 home runs and put up less than 1 WAR or something like that because he hit like 210 and it's just awful. But all right, we're finally through the All-Star game. We are relatively healthy. We've got some nagging injuries. But we're going to come out of the All-Star break going up against Spencer Strider and the 50 and 46 Astros. We've got Appleby on the bump. We win 4-1. 3-run bottom of the 5th. Byron Buxton with a 3-run home run. You'll like to see that. Appleby goes 6. Dante Bichette. Yeah, those Blake Street Bombers teams of the late 90s, man. That was something. Bichette and Galarraga, like those were some numbers. We got McKinney pitching today, and we'll take another look at the block as we get a little bit closer. So we come out of the break and win our first 2. That's good. Riley Green 4 for 4. Jaloff with a home run. It's 1 for 8. Riley 4 for 4. Hernandez up to 15 home runs, 49 knocked in. Man, McKinney is Colin McKinney is coming along, guys. Coming along. He was one of our Not one of our first picks, but took him back in 2026 and started in Double A, went right to Triple A, was with the team last year, and this year has been terrific. So we look to sweep Houston now. And we do. A 5-0 win. Johnny Ray getting it done, the two-hitter. Almost our second no-hitter in less than a month. They got 2 hits from Dan Dunavant, who came into the game hitting a $199, and he had the only 2 hits of the game. I love baseball. I love baseball. Ray, 5 shutout innings. Cruz and Jollof hits another home run. Okay. Giving us a little bit of pop. Dig that. How far am I slouching in my chair? I'm a sloucher, and I've been trying really, really hard not to do it. I noticed it at a baseball game, actually. We were in the booth, and the cameraman came up in between like the 7th and 8th inning, and when we came back from commercial, we went live with us on camera. And I didn't notice it until I watched it after the fact, but I was slouching in my chair. I looked like I was 6 inches shorter than I actually am. Bugged the shit out of me. So I've made it a point to stop slouching. Let's keep going. At Oakland. 4-0 loss. Serna 2-9 on the year. That's not good. The ratings are so good, but he's 14-28. With us in 3 seasons, 3 full seasons now. Not ideal. Not ideal. For those of you who don't, I think most of you guys know, but for those of you who don't know, my side gig is freelance sports broadcaster, and I do some games for an independent league team here in Chicago, and that's baseball. Yep. So Jung-Hoo Lee, we had 2 players with 4 hits, Jung-Hoo Lee and Riley Green, each with 4. Riley knocks in 4. Buxton, Lee, Green, all homer. Appleby only goes 3 2/3 innings. What do I have I've got his hook set to slow. I think I have him set to 110 pitches, yeah. All right, well, they made the decision to pull him after 70 or whatever. Final game against Oakland. McKinney going today. And there's another win for Colin McKinney. 4-run first. Cruz. Harai with a home run. Pena homers. Jollof hitting a lofty 136 since we brought him over. Let's get through the Kansas City series, and then we'll look at the block again as we get to the last couple of days before. I don't think we're going to make any other deals. I don't think there's a need to. Kansas City beats us. So we were 5 games up on Kansas City. I expect them to sweep us. This game, man. This game. There's the sweep, as I called. So far I've called 2 series. I called losing 2 out of 3 to the last place Angels, which happened. And then I called a sweep at the hands of the Royals right there. That is out of the park for you. All right, so we're 2 games up, 59-46. We're 13-11 here in July. One more look at the block. We get Sugas Day back in a month. So right at the end of August. Not that he's, not that he's the be-all, end-all, but at least he can hit a little bit. His defense, his catching ability is fine, but yeah, beautiful is right. Beautiful is right. All right, trade block. What do we got? We got Shohei. I guess let's look at, are there any bullpen arms that can be had for cheap? Let's look there, I guess. This guy's out for 5 days, and he's really, really good. Chandler Joswiak. They're paying $22 million to these 2 relievers, the Nationals. Josh Hader. We brought Hader in last season, and he was really good for us in, I guess that was our first World Series team, the 2027 team. He was really good. It looks like he's been pretty good this year as well. Class A's only making 6.7, but I think he's like, I don't know if he's still disruptive, but he used to be one of those guys who was always disruptive. Hollowell looks. Can we get Gavin Hollowell? Okay, so it's not going to take much to get him. It doesn't look like. Normally, I would just trade you Fortes and be done with it, but I need him. I look at these guys and I go, they're not good. But then I look at their defense and I go, I want to keep him. Like Willem Couture. Like, he's never going to be good enough, I don't think. But look at that defense at third. Come on. Give me a break. Start with Lexter Crane. Does that move the needle at all? Not really. You can't have Josh McCannon. Maxey's defense is really good. Steve Moon, his defense is really good. Sorry, my wife just texted me. Hang on a second, guys. Oops, I think I just paused this. It's not what I wanted to do. All right, there we go. I have all these catchers with just like elite defensive ability, and I'm just like I'm hung up on them. I forgot about Mullinax. He's been in AAA all year. Meh. Here, you want Bechtel? You like my proposal, but not enough to make a deal. Problem is, I'm not willing to give up any of these players. Do we need another bullpen arm? I guess that's the question. I mean, Shriver's been just okay, but, I mean, we're not going to trade him. Griffith has been just okay this year, but we're not going to trade him. Vera's been just okay this year, but we're not going to trade him. I mean, we could move Ellard. We could move Frazier Ellard, but do we have like an in-house replacement for him? Not really. So yeah, I mean, I think maybe making a deal for another bullpen arm is okay. Just comes down to what I'm willing to give up. Okay, so they'll take this. They'll take Adrian Gill, fine. Lexter Crane, he's got some power, has some iron discipline. He's not very good defensively. Tim Bechtel, a 20-year-old catcher. And Adrian A. Gill in exchange for Gavin Hollowell. How much can we get them to retain? They'll retain it all. Perfect. All right. So now we can send Ellard down to the minors, and we can bring in Gavin Hollowell, add to our depth. We're a very right-handed heavy bullpen, which isn't great, but we'll deal with it. You get tired of your catcher being an automatic out, so you bit the bullet. Yeah, and that's kind of where I'm struggling. Like, that's where I am with Sugiste. Like, he's not... I mean, he's fine defensively. I mean, I wish those ratings were flipped. You know, I wish he had the 65 ability and 55 arm, but, I mean, it's passable as long as he's hitting 250. Hunt is just awful. I mean, he was fine last year, was fine the year before that. This year's just been a train wreck. I mean, an 80 to 90 OPS plus is fine. All right, so we got Seattle coming up to the deadline, and then we'll just keep simming. We win there. We get a proposal from the Cardinals. They want to send us Seranthony Dominguez. No, thank you. 4-3-10. Buxton with his 24th home run of the year. Appleby goes 5 1/3. And I got to go shut the window behind me, guys. Hang on a second. send my wife another text here. All right. Okay, we can go. We're good. All right, let's sim through the deadline. We made the deals I think we were going to make. We picked up a new reliever in, not Jay Wolfhook, picked up a new reliever in Gavin Hollowell. It's a free agent at the end of this year, but looks like he's had a couple of good seasons in a row. And offensively, we picked up Zach Jaloff, who's been bad, 4 for 35. But those are the additions we're going to make this year. So we're going to start simming and see how far we can get. Hungry, man. I'm going to have some Chinese food when I am done with the stream. So Vera gets a little better. Serna's stuff drops. Caldwell gets better. TJ Ferris. This is one of... well, I won't say Discord's favorite players, but it's one of our Discord members' favorite players. Loves the knuckleballer, 70 knuckleball, high work ethic. He's 23 years old. Why is his morale low? Because he's playing on a bad team? Well, maybe you shouldn't pitch badly. It's in Winnipeg, FJ. It's in Winnipeg. When I get up to Winnipeg, I will order it. It is 4 hamburger patties. I think it's 2 hot dogs, or maybe it might be 4 hot dogs. It's 2 hamburger patties, either 2 or 4 hot dogs, 4 chicken fingers, nachos on a loaf of garlic bread. And I was challenged by the commissioner of the league I call games for to eat it live, eat it as part of a live broadcast. So I'll be up in Winnipeg June 6th, 7th, and 8th, I think. So be on the lookout for that. Yeah, it's horrific, but I may have to give it. If I can get, I know the owner of the team up in Winnipeg, so if I can get him to give it to me, like, I'll do it and, maybe have a couple of bites and be good with it. But I'm certainly, I'm not going to spend $60 and eat the whole thing. Like, I might take it back to the hotel with me because I don't want to spend my entire day's per diem on one meal. So I may take it back to the hotel with me and eat it in, pieces, eat chicken fingers for lunch, eat the burger for dinner, that kind of thing. Harai with a couple of hits. Cruz, 4 hits, including his 26th home run. McKinney with another win, and we are into August. So let's start to sim the month of August. You should eat it on the 8th the 8th is your birthday. I will now. It's a good question, Random Task. I didn't think about it. I assume it's Canadian because it's in Winnipeg. So I wish Josh was here. If Josh was here, he could tell us how much that is. I'm sure it's $30, $40. I don't know. I don't know what the conversion rate is. I'm not that smart. Minnesota. We lose 2 in a row. That's not great. There we go. We bounce back with a win, 7-3, a 6-run bottom of the 8th. Does it for us this time. A few cents in a can of Coke. It might be. It's like 40. Okay, well, 40's not bad. 40 is, what do I get per diem? I think I want to say I get, it's some weird number. It's like $27 per diem or something. So I might be able to splurge one day and get that. It's called the Grand Slam, or it's got some baseball centric name, but yeah, go if you're interested in seeing it. Go on to Twitter and follow or find the Winnipeg Gold Eyes. They posted a story about it on, I think it was Friday. Jaron, how are you? You're at Petco, huh? I was at Petco yesterday. But I was there getting my dog's nails clipped. I wasn't there for a baseball game. The Grand Heart. I can't remember what it's called. In fact, I'm going to look it up now. Now it's going to bother me. So let's see. Winnipeg Gold Eyes. It is... I don't know why I'm doing it this way. I could have just gone to my page. Here it is. There it is. You guys can see it. It is called the... Somebody posted it. Posted the name, and I can't remember what it is. Grand Slamwich, I think is what it's called. Oh, that's right. The Padres are playing the Red Sox today. Well, to be fair, you had Corey Kluber, so, you know, I could put together a lineup from chat here that could hit Corey Kluber. So don't, you know, it's not the greatest thing in the world. Another win over Minnesota. But hey, congratulations on a victory. Cruz with a 2-run homer. Buxton, average of 207. Point. He's on pace for 3 WAR. He's still been above average with the glove. I think we may regret the end of this contract. I mean, it's only 3 years. Well, we're not going to regret it because it's only got 1 year, and then if he's bad, we can just not pay out the option the following season. At Tampa. How was Tampa? 50 and 61. Of course we lose. That'll happen once they trade him, FJ. Or cut him. He'll end up with the Yankees, and he'll pull in, what was it, Ethan, what was his name? Was his name Ethan Small? Ethan, what was his name? The Yankees claimed him off waivers, and he went like 13-0 or something like that. Hey, an ad break. It's just FJ and me. I don't think I could hit him, but he could probably take a walk. Yeah, that's fair. So we got an ad break, so it's just you and me on YouTube here, guys. Riley Green has 3 hits. Johnny Ray, 5 shutout innings. Another game against Tampa. There's another win, 8-4. What do we got going on here? Pena, 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs. Cruz, 2 hits. Jung-Hoo Lee had 3 hits. Hernandez, 2 hits. Green, 2 hits. Yeah, FJ, he's been awful. Like, at least the rest of the Red Sox pitchers have had, like, flashes. Like, even Nick Pivetta, who they just moved to the bullpen, Nick has had some starts that looked pretty good. Same could be said for Brian Bayo. Same could be said for Tanner Houck. Chris Sale obviously has been great for the last month, but Kluber has been bad in every single start this year. Every single one of them. So I don't understand why they just keep running him out there. It doesn't make any sense to me. We got Toronto, best team in baseball at home. We lose 6-3. And we win 6-4 this time against the best team in baseball, 76-40. And we're back. Welcome back, Twitch. O'Neal Cruz with a grand slam. Riley Green. Yoshi's been fine, putting up almost a 900 OPS. He's hitting just over 300. He got really, really hot about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and won the batter of the week. I mean, he was red hot for about 2 weeks. So Lee and Cruz homer here. This was a great pickup. You think the AI is broken? Why? What's it doing, Cardinal fan? Final game against Toronto is a 4. So we take 2 out of 3 against the best team in baseball. Jung-Hoo Lee goes 3 for 3. It's his 10th home run of the year. Hernandez with a couple of hits. McKinney strikes out 7, wins his 12th. The AI passed up on a lot of 5-star prospects and chose a 3-star prospect as their number 1 pick. Well, I mean, you got to remember that everybody's scout sees something different, and a lot of times those players don't work out. So, you know, I wouldn't read too much into it. Yeah, right. Maybe their scout just valued them differently. You know, if they have depending on the scout, they look at different things. So I wouldn't, like, there are ways that this game can be broken, but I wouldn't look at that and just assume. It's probably the best way I can put it. Another win, 4-0 win. Johnny Ray's been super for us. Cruz 2 more hits. Caldwell a couple of RBIs. Johnny Ray 5 shutout. Schreiber and Meyer. That's also a great point, Psycha. That's a great point as well. You know, if they're asking for $12 million and you only have $6 million to spend, then you can't sign them. Las Vegas in this world is these are not the A's, by the way, for those of you who are just joining us. This was an expansion team. Our A's are still in Oakland. Luis Serna 2-10 on the year, looking for his 3rd victory, and he gets it. So we take 2 out of 3 against Las Vegas. Yeah, I mean, high schoolers are so volatile, though, Cardinal fan. I mean, remember, the rating is what you have them rated at, not what they have them rated at. So if you can go look, but they may have him rated as a 5-star guy. Who knows? Hernandez has 3 hits. Serna picks up his 3rd victory of the season in his 25th start. Got an off day, followed by 3 at home against Cleveland. 2nd place Cleveland. We could push them 8 games out if we can sweep them. We win 6-0. Appleby, the shutout. He was brilliant for 5. Wolfhook and Schreiber. Hernandez hits a 7. He's going to end up with close to 25 home runs. Man, I can't really complain about that, especially considering he's only making $3 million. Carlos Beltran is managing your Memphis expansion team. Beltran, I believe, and I can't remember for sure, but I think he's a pretty good coach in this. I know Bo Jackson is a really good bench coach or base coach in this one. He's legendary at teaching catching, which I find pretty comical. But all right, another game against Cleveland. Another win. I would love to get through the season here. I mean, I got about an hour and a half. It's a possibility, I guess. Hernandez 3 hits. Riley Green 3 hits. Byron Buxton 2 hits. Green, Buxton, Hernandez. Bo Jackson is a really good coach in this. McKinney picks up his 13th, and we look to sweep the Indians and push them 8 games out of first. And we do. Back-to-back shutouts. Johnny Ray. He didn't get the win because the run was scored in the 8th. But still really good. I'll take that. Get Sugestay back shortly, right? Like in a week, yeah. All right, on to Boston. The Red Sox 51-72. Did I say Indians? Yeah, Guardians. My bad. I want to look. Let's get to the end of August, and then I want to look at our draftees. In fact, I want to look at them now in case. How's Zurita doing? Yeah, he's not really. I was going to say in case he was raking an A-ball, we can move him up. But we'll leave him right where he is. Man, I hope those ratings hold. I hope those ratings hold. We are going to need that bat. Same thing with Paulson. Played a full season at Double-A. Was just okay. He'll be in Triple-A next season. Nixton Rich was our 3rd-round pick. He's been bad, as most high schoolers are. LeKind was our 2nd-round pick. He's hitting pretty well. It probably doesn't belong. Well, he's only 18. We can leave him there. Leave him there. Is Leach a pick this year, too? Yeah, he was one of our... He was a 4th-round pick. Meh. He looks okay. Yeah, we don't have a ton of really great prospects right now, but if we keep winning World Series, it doesn't matter. We lose 6-5 and 13. We win 5-1. So Serna wins back-to-back games. He won 2 games in the first 3.5 months of the year. He wins 2 games in a week. Offense. I mean, this is as good an offense as we've had in our, now 8th season. We got 230 home run hitters already. Green has an outside shot at it. Buxton's going to end up with 115, 120 RBIs. Jung-Hoo Lee, 42 doubles already, and it's not even the end of August. take 2 out of 3 at Boston. And we do. 10-2. Yeah, we're starting to run away with the Central here a little bit, which is nice to see. Harai, 2 for 5, 3 RBIs. O'Neal Cruz, 2 for 4, 3 RBIs. Drafted a center fielder, and 2 years after the draft, he has 75 contact, 80 gap, 50. Is that overall or potential? I mean, either way, it's really good. But obviously, if it's overall, that's even better. Appleby gets the win. Harai homers. Yankees now. There's another win. We are playing some good baseball here in the month of August. Byron Buxton, man. On pace for 40 home runs and 119 RBIs. McKinney doesn't get the win, but pitches pretty well. Another game against the Yankees. 3-0 loss. It's overall, wow, that's really good. So Ray gets the loss. We lose in a 3-0 shutout. Final game against New York. It's another loss. All right. So we need Serna, who's almost fully developed out of the draft. Yeah, I mean, you know how I feel about the draft. You know how I feel about drafting high school players versus college players. You know, give me a lower ceiling, higher floor college player over a high ceiling, low floor high school player any day of the week. All right, in Detroit for 3. Suga stays eligible to come off the deal. I think we start with a rehab assignment because he's been out for so long. He got injured. When did he get injured? Fractured hand back on May 11th, so he's been out for 3 months. So yeah, we'll start him on a rehab assignment, call him up relatively quickly. Caldwell with a 3-run double with the bases loaded. Pena, a couple RBIs. Leon Hernandez. So you're playing with whatever that rate. I can't remember. I've never turned that rating off that allows the numbers to go over whatever the max is. But I know some people play with it on. But that's insane. I think somebody told me that they turned those ratings off, and RJ had like a 90, an 85 or a 90 outfield range or something. Serna, 3 straight wins. 3 straight wins. Had won 2 games the first 3.5 months of the season, has 3 wins in the last 10 days. Another game against Detroit. And back-to-back shutouts over the Tigers. Jung-Hoo Lee, 3 hits, 44 doubles for Jung-Hoo Lee, 11 home runs, 65 RBIs, on pace for 4.5 WAR, and we're paying him. And it's a lot of money, especially as he gets older. But, hopefully by that point, our fan interest is sitting at it was 95 last I saw, 93 right now. Hopefully the market size and or loyalty will increase at some point here over the next couple of years, and we've got a little bit of money to play with. What is this name? Gary Gill Hill. And he's really good. He's making his first start of the season. It's an interesting name. We're sending McKinney to the bump. And we lose 13-0. Jung-Hoo Lee, my Marlin savior. I almost never sign him because he never turns into anything close to what he did in Korea. But I mean, these ratings were too good to pass up for $15 to $20 million for 6 seasons, and he's been really good with the bat, and he's been equally as good out in right field. I mean, he's probably going to win a Gold Glove out in right field. So I'll take it. I'll certainly take it. We got Texas now. It's another loss. We lose Riley Gary's day-to-day. Strain back. Minimal. I think we have a huge lead. I think we probably... Do we need to injure... Do we want to IL him? Because it's a 15-day IL, right? 10-day. We'll just put him on 10-day. That's fine. And we'll call Jackson back up. And then Caldwell will go back into the lineup. And I'll just leave Caldwell batting third. Not against lefties. We've lost 2 in a row. We have a 7-game lead on Cleveland. That was as high as 9. Another loss. That's 3 straight losses. Finish the month with a 4-game losing streak. Is that what's going to happen here? Hope not. That's exactly what happens. We lose 4 in a row to end the month. Cleveland wins 4 in a row to end the month. They are 5 games out. We end up 16-12. We were 16-8. That could have been a whole lot better. But that was a brutal run down the stretch. Player development. Anything of note? That's what I like to see. Balls gets better. He'll be back in a week. That's nice. Our second round pick, our comp pick, Marquise Tharps, is absolutely tearing up A-ball. That's gorgeous. That is pretty right there. 343, 438, 650. Let's go. Eric Humphrey was our first round pick in 2028. He's starting to improve. Nixton Rich gets better. Pease gets better. A lot of development out of our young guys. That's nice. Except for Alvera, who I think was an international guy last year. Yeah. Technically, Breeze, we could. I could import one team into I could create a league and import one team into another, but you finished a wild card race 10-18 and got shut out in at least 6 of those. I think it was the very first offline save I played here in 24 was with the Red Sox, and I lost like 8 in a row down the stretch. Like I lost like my last 8 games. I went like 1-14 in my last 15 games or something completely absurd, and ended up not making the playoffs because of it. All right, so who do we call up? I'll call up Sugastay. That's a quality rehab assignment right there. 0 for 13. And then we'll call Ellard back up. Sugastay will go right back into the lineup. Give us another bat. Hunt and Forbes. We now have 4 catchers on our big league roster right now, because of course we do. I don't know why we need 4 catchers. Do I go to the Dogs games often? I'm one of the broadcasters for them, so I'm there quite a bit. I was there all of opening day weekend. I was with the team in Kane County this past week. Taking a little bit of time off. I'm traveling with them in June, going up to Winnipeg and Fargo in the middle of June. So I'm taking the next week, and I might. Well, no, because they go to Cleburne. Today was their last home game. They go to Cleburne tomorrow, and they're in Cleburne for 6 days. So they won't be back until a week from tomorrow, and that's when I'll be back over there. So. Yes, I go to a lot of Dogs games. Long answer. Long-winded answer. And I love it. I absolutely love it. It is, people who are in this industry, the majority of them are looking to, end up big time. Whether it's with a professional team or whether it's, being kind of like, I call the World Series, like Joe Buck. You can call, any of the big games or, the Masters or anything like that. For me, my dream job is to do all 100 games for the Dogs. That's what I want to do. So, hopefully sooner rather than later. But yeah, so you went yesterday. That was it was a good game last night. They got some good pitching, timely offense. Who homered last night? Was it Bohannon? I think Cody Bohannon homered last night. Former Mets farmhand Cody Bohannon. He's not well liked, but necessarily, but he's one of the greatest to do what he does. Former Chicago Cub Brian Schlitter got the save last night for the Dogs. They lost. I think they lost. They were down 5-2 last I saw. In fact, I'm going to look now. Now I'm going to look. Let's see. Yeah, they lost 6-4 today. It's all right. 6-3 to start the season ain't bad. I'll take it. Yeah, I mean, he might not necessarily be well liked, but he's one of the greatest ever. You know, and for me, I started in that industry just too late. Like I went back to school. So backstory on me for those of you who don't know me. I went to the University of New Hampshire back in the mid '90s, and I was the sports director of the student radio station. So I did play-by-play for UNH hockey, football, and or men's and women's hockey, football, and men's basketball. And I graduated in '98 and went, I was selling TVs working at Circuit City, and I was making like $60,000 a year as an 18-year-old selling TVs, and just kept doing that because I was making a lot of money doing it. And sort of walked away from what I wanted to do, which was to be a sports broadcaster. Fast forward about 2+ decades, and I went back to school. My father passed away in December of 2017. In 2018, I used some of the money that he left me, and I went back to school. And I went back to school to be a sports broadcaster at age 42. And I've been a freelancer for the last 4 or 5 years now. I do high school, college. Like I said, I do the Dogs. I've done some Windy City Bulls in the G League. So that's kind of my my path, if you will. Yeah, but because I got into it later in life, I'm kind of accepted the fact that I likely will never be the play-by-play voice of the Cubs or the White Sox or the Red Sox or the Bruins or anything like that. So I'm just looking to put that tag on my bio that says voice of, ultimately that's what I want. So Harai with a couple of home runs, 4 RBIs. Dollard gets the win. Nora with a 4-inning save, striking out 8. Not bad. But yeah, Impact's a really nice place to watch a game. There are no bad seats. Voice of the New York Yankees. I would do it. I don't have to root for the team to call the game. That's the reality of it. I'm less of a fan now that I'm calling games than I ever was before I started doing it. Yankees want to pay me to call their games, I would do it in a cocaine heartbeat. I just wouldn't work with Susan Waldman. That would be my one. That would be a bridge too far for me. I can't work with her. Actually, I could. I say that, but I absolutely could. So, Appleby with the win. We're 83-58. The lead is at 6. So Cleveland's kind of hanging with us here. We lose 4-0. 6-2 win that time with Johnny Ray pitching. Jaloff with two hits and 3 RBIs. Sugastay, 250. Then you'll hate on the Yankees behind the scenes. I've never really thought about it because, obviously that's likely to never happen. I don't know how I would handle that. Honestly, if it were any other professional baseball team, and I can make it work, man. Any other professional baseball team, I can make it work. I don't know how I would make that work with the Yankees. Like, I don't know that I could root for them. I mean, not that, again, as a broadcaster, I'm not really rooting for them. I'm calling the game, and because I'm the home broadcaster, I'm getting more excited when the home team does good things. But, like, Kane County Cougars could call me tomorrow, offer me a position, and when the Dogs come to town, I would call the game as the Cougars broadcaster. That's my job. So Yeah, I don't know. I never really thought about it because it's just not anything that's realistic for me. You know what I mean? Like that's not gonna happen. And I'm okay. I'm totally okay with it. Like I mean, because of when I kind of got back into this world and started this, I understand that I'm not going to be that guy, and that's fine. That is totally fine. Um, like I said, I just want to be able to put that little thing by my bio that says voice of X or whatever. So yeah, that's the dream for me. And I'm 47 years old, and I'm going all in. I mean, I don't know how else to describe it. I'm all in on my dream at age 47. So not to get all weird and inspirational, but if there's something you want to do, go out and do it. Just go out and do it. That's what I would tell you. Game 7, you're the Yankees play-by-play guy. Yeah, I don't know how I would handle that, man. I really don't. I really don't know how I would handle that. So Hollowell's been terrible since we brought him back. I think what we're going to do is... no, I think what we need to do is put... I don't want to just put Gonzalez back on the team because he won't... He'll be bad. You got to give these guys rehab assignments. I talk about that on air, with the dogs. We talk about, where I'm from, and if there's like, one of the dogs have one of their players, his name is Danny Mars, who was a Red Sox farmhand, and that comes up in conversation, and we talk about that. And the Lake Country Dockhounds, which is a team up in Oconomowoc, Wisconsin, they have a former Red Sox catcher, so when he comes up, they'll talk about what his organization. I can provide some insight because he was a Red Sox farmhand and stuff, and no one hates. I mean, the cool thing about it, I mean, it really is a cutthroat world, but the cool thing about working for the dogs is the guy that I work with, his name's Sam Brief, and Sam is just an unbelievable human being, and he's half my age. He's 26 years old or something. And he's truly been like my mentor throughout this process. And I know one of these days Sam is destined for greater things than the Chicago Dogs. And ultimately when he steps away, that job will be mine. So there's no need for me to backstab or, try to steamroll him. I'm patient. I've waited 47 years for this. I can wait another year or two. I'm good with it. So yeah, not a lot of haters, thankfully. The people that I've met so far in the industry have been really cool. A couple wins against Oakland. Hernandez 2 for 4, 3 RBIs. Jung-Hoo Lee a couple of runs knocked in. McKinney only goes 4 1/3, but the bullpen locks it down. What's the lead? It's 6. 6-game lead. We're at 133 games. 143 games. 140. Jesus, I can't do math. That's 148. It's 148 games. Back-to-back losses. So we got Balls now in the minors on a rehab assignment. Leads down to 5. 5-0 win. Serna goes 6 2/3 shutout. Sugaste with his first home run since coming back from injury. Jung-Hoo Lee 3 hits. Got Seattle now. We'll get to the end of the season. We'll look at the stats, look at our prospects, go into the postseason, do some postseason stuff, and then kind of see where we stand. Stop losing baseball games. Seriously. 1, 2, 3. That's 4 out of 5 we've now lost. 4 out of 5. We're 11-6 in the month. So we were 10-1. Is that right? 10-1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-2. 10-2. Stop losing baseball games, please. Nope. Another loss. And we made the playoffs. So that's good. Hey, there we go. We win a baseball game. 4-1. Green 2 hits. Jung-Hoo Lee is 51st double. Buxton is 35th home run. Meyer gets the win. Another game against Minnesota. And another victory over Minnesota. Luis Serna was 2-10. He's now 7-10. You love that. Like what we're getting out of Harai. On pace for 3 wins, 27 home runs. Playing some very solid defense at second base. Riley Green has been, and this has been his best season. 4.8 WAR. We just signed him to a mega deal. $27 million this season. Now $35 after next season. Then he's got an opt-out. But he's been fantastic this year. Dealing with some injuries, but still 107 games, 5 WAR. It's nuts. All right, we'll get to the stats at the end of the season. Let's keep going. Final game at Minnesota is a 4-3 win, so we sweep the Twins. Green 3 hits, 3 RBIs, double and a homer. Applebee's 11-4. What's our... I want to look at our magic number here. 3. Magic number is 3. Okay. Yeah, we got Toronto coming up, so... And we got 6 games left. The last 3 are against Toronto, so it would be great if we could just sweep Tampa and hit that magic number now and not have to worry about it. We win 5-3. Cleveland wins, so the magic number's down to 2. And it was a 4-run bottom of the 8th. We were down 2-1. Jung-Hoo Lee with a bases-clearing double in the 8th off of Shane Baz. Jeremy Pena hits his 19th home run. So magic number is 2. Magic number is 1 as Johnny Ray pitches a shutout. 5 2/3 gets Wolfick and Perez. Jung-Hoo Lee with a home run off McClanahan. Magic number is 1 at this point. Final game against Tampa. And there is our division championship. We win 4-2. We get 2-run home runs from Cruz and Green. Man, our middle of our lineup is just insane. It really is crazy. Dollard goes 5. Malstead gets the win, and we win the division. Is that our 4th straight division? Was that our third straight division title? No, because we were under 5. No, we made the playoffs last year as a division champion under 500. That is what happened last season. Right? Yeah. So that's our 4th straight division title. We were 8 games under our Pythag, 4 under our Pythag, 10 over our Pythag in our 106 and 56 season. 6 games under, and then this year we were 0. We should be 94 and 65. So our 4th straight division title. Now we're just praying for no injuries as we take on Toronto. 7-1 win. Let's go. 107 win Blue Jays. O'Neal Cruz up to 38 home runs and 101 RBIs. Pittsburgh just didn't want him. They just didn't want him. Just don't want him anymore. I don't even think the trade was... I think we had to give up that much for him, honestly. I think that was Dylan Cease, right? That was the Dylan Cease trade. Yeah, Cease, Gomez, and $500K for O'Neal Cruz with a little bit retained. It works for me. All right, nobody get injured. Nobody get injured. Nobody get injured. We lose 3-0. Colin, I don't want McKinney pitching today. Who's going to start today? Do we have a reliever who has stamina? Norge Vera. I don't want Vera to start either because I don't want him to get hurt. Frazier Ellard is going to get the start today. We're going to bench McKinney for a day because I don't want him to get hurt. I can just see the game injuring his shoulder or his elbow here in the final game of the season. Yeah, you know what? If we had clinched earlier, that probably is something I would have done, just to keep those players healthy. But we're gonna go Frazier Ellard here here in the final game of the season against Toronto. He's going to get the start. And we win 5-2. Of course we do. Eller goes 4 2/3 innings. Vera, Meyer, and Perez. Yeah, Breeze, Chris Sale's been really good for about a month now. Really good. Love to see it. All right, so the regular season ends. We had 96-66. Our best month of the year, September, we were 19-8. Win the division by 4 games over Cleveland. Financially, we're in good shape. Fan interest is a 92. Revenue per game is up. We're going to have some money for extensions. We don't really have anybody that we are uber interested in extending. Like Max Meyer wants starter money. Well, I guess it's down. He doesn't really want starter money, but thank you, Cardinal fan. Let's see how that goes. 4 years, $40 million isn't terrible, but he's a reliever, and I'm not going to pay a reliever that kind of money. Pena, 4 years at $22 million. Yeah, he's probably going to go. Schreiber has been really good for us, but he wants 4 years at $60 million, so he's going to likely be gone next season. So, yeah, I don't really have anybody I have to sign, so we should just have some money to play with. So that'll be fun for a change. No, you hate the Cubs. You hate the Cubs. Like, you openly root against me on my Cubs save, and that's fair. I'm okay with that. We had 3 players good for at least 5 WAR this year. That's really nuts. Jung-Hoo Lee, his rookie campaign, 202 hits, 53 doubles, 381 on base percentage, hit 323, 140 OPS plus. He was great. Riley Green, we talked about. If he had played a full season, he's probably putting up 7 WAR. Missed 50 games. O'Neal Cruz, 38 home runs, was great. Tokenobu Harai, maybe a bit of an overpay, but the contract drops every single year, so I'm not really worried about it. Put up 3.3 WAR in his rookie campaign. Byron Buxton, his first season with us, was just fine. Heriberto Hernandez had his best season as well. Well, maybe he didn't. He played more, but his counting numbers, he set career highs in pretty much all of his counting numbers, which is great. The average was light, though. Slade Caldwell was really good as a 4th outfielder, Rule 5 guy. Love that. Pena was fine. I think he was slightly below average defensively, but gave us some pop. Sugaste came back, hit the ball okay. Yeah. Zach Jaloff was awful. Hit a $140. We may need to get him out of the lineup here. Can Jackson play first base? Not really. If Jackson could play first base, he probably slides in. Hey, Twins, how you doing, man? I haven't seen you in ages. How you been? He was rooting against the Cubs in your... Yeah, he actively hates the Cubs, and that's fair. I got no problem with that. As long as he doesn't hate on me, I'm good with it. I'm good. Serna 8-10, but led our team in WAR. I'll take it. Johnny Ray, bringing him back after trading him to Boston. He was terrific. Schreiber ended up having a great year. Colin McKinney followed up a solid rookie campaign with a very good sophomore year. Appleby was good. Yeah, I mean, again, our pitching staff was terrific, other than Ellard, and we just won't pitch him at all in the postseason. So I'm really happy with the way things are ending up here. Prospect watch. If we look at Paulson, he's probably the closest. Ended up with an 820 OPS in Double-A. He'll start next season in Triple-A. Moore, bat's plenty good enough to support that. He may actually be our starting shortstop next season. He's in high A ball right now, but he literally may be our starting shortstop next season with his glove. He can't hit lefties to save his life, so maybe we split time between him and Tamez, who can hit lefties. Maybe that's our platoon next year is Moore and Tamez at short. Got drafted by the Cubs. I was going back to TJ Ferris, our knuckleballer, ended up 3-10. Struck out more than a batter an inning. Probably move him up next season just to see how he does. Zorito was our first round pick this year. The ratings have maintained. He raked in A-ball, so he'll start in Double-A next season. Acevedo was a Rule 5 guy. He's on the Major League roster at this point. I do. That is Holly. That is Holly you hear outside. She's a Beagle Retriever mix. So she She's the size of a beagle, but looks like a golden retriever. So she has like the big dumb floppy ears, but she looks like a golden retriever. I'll post a picture of her on Discord. She's a good girl. I'll do that afterwards though. She just doesn't shut up. I like the Cubs and you love your Twins. You learned to like the Cubs after. Oh, right, you got the Iowa Cubs there. All Minnesota Miners. Except you can't watch the Cubs in Iowa. Last I saw, right? Like if you get MLB TV, you can't watch the Cubs. Marquise Tharps was our supplemental pick this year, and he was really good. He got a nice bump right after we drafted him. Andrews, probably our catcher of the future. He hit more than well enough in A-ball. He'll be in Double-A next season. Yes, free Woofs. She is a good puppy. Well, she's not really a puppy anymore. All dogs are puppies, right? I'm 100% a dog person. She's a good girl. She's a good girl. All right, so who are we playing in the postseason? Do we know? We are taking on the winner of the Mariners and the Rangers. That gives us some time to WGN. That's my my mini fridge. Sorry, Breeze. I didn't realize you guys could hear it. But now that I know, I can fix it for next week. All right, so we got playoff baseball. Let's go to the next round. See who we're going to be taking on. You could watch the Cubs. I watched the Cubs from Boston on WGN back in the day. It's one of the great things, being able to watch the Cubs. We're taking on the Rangers. Okay, being able to watch the Cubs halfway across the country was cool. You wish you had a fridge. My wife, because this is my office, this is where I work. So a couple years ago for Christmas, my wife bought me a mini fridge. She bought me a water cooler. Got me an air conditioner. Got me a whole bunch of stuff so that it feels like an office and not like a converted above my garage. Your VPN fools MLB TV well enough. Yeah, that's fair. You had a mini fridge in your office and you work from home. Josh, man, back when I was drinking, and you know my story. I'm a recovering alcoholic. I'm be going on 10 years sober next April. My days would basically be how early can I start drinking and like my boss not realize it because I've worked from home for 11 years now, and I would start drinking at like 11 a.m. Just sit at my computer and just drink. So all right, the Rangers 91-71. They won their division. They're terrible defensively. Their pitching staff is below average, and their offense is middle of the pack. They have a metric crap ton of injuries. Elijah Green, Justin Foscue, Corey Seager, Alex Mooney. That's a tough one. He's been really good. Mooney is out. Well, I mean, I'm an alcoholic, so for me, yes. It's for me it was that bad. Luis Angel Acuna is their big bat. He's really good, but doesn't have a whole lot around him. So hopefully, they have the top prospect in baseball in Landon Schaefer. Oof, that's rough. 154 and 117 plate appearances. Excuse me. Oh, we got to set our roster. I haven't done that yet. Playoff roster. Players eligible for the postseason roster. It's the wrong team. That is not us. I was wondering why I didn't recognize any of the names. I want Gonzalez up and I want Ellard off. Do we have a bat that I'd rather have out there? Do we want Graham out there instead? I mean, he spent all season in AAA. He was worth -2 wins in 60 games. Get out of here. All right. So we set our lineup. That's Peyton Graham. This could be a story. Yeah, Jesus is right. I don't think I've ever seen that. So Peyton Graham, this could be a story. Gets called up, and will start at first base. I got to be honest, you get this save, and the Cubs say, we are the two-time reigning World Series champions in this world, Josh. We won 79 games a year ago and won the World Series. We won 106 games and won the World Series in 2027. Then we won 79 games in 2028 and won the World Series. I have like one beer every few months. I'm a lightweight drinker. It's for 15 years every weekend I was in a bar getting. Yeah, I don't want to go too deep down the rabbit hole. It's fucking depressing, but I never had that that story that most real alcoholics have. That they wrap their car around a tree or something. I never had one of those. But for me, it was like I could never understand how somebody could only have one drink. Like, to me, that just didn't make any sense. If I'm drinking, I'm drinking. So I never understood that. And that's just, and I got to a point where I said, all right, well, I understand that that I can't have just one drink, so I just stopped doing it. You have a player with low intelligence named Bonehead. Well, that's appropriate. That is appropriate. Imagine being the 100 win team. Yeah, we knocked out the Blue Jays last year. The Blue Jays won, I think, 106 games a year ago. Something like that. Yeah, 106 and 56. And we knocked them out in the ALCS. All right, it's time to do some postseason baseball. So it's going to be Sean Manaea against Luis Serna in Game 1. And we got an... talk about timing. Talk about timing. FJ, it's just you and me, man. Just you and me here for the postseason. I gotta think about our YouTube watchers as well. So we're gonna start simming here a little bit, and hopefully the ads will be over by the time we get to the end of the series. We take a 1-0 series lead with a 3-2 victory. Score 3 runs in the bottom of the 4th. O'Neill Cruz with a 3-run bomb. Serna goes 6 1/3, and we win Game 1. Game 2 will be Jaden Murray and Caleb Appleby. We are up 2-0 on back-to-back 3-2 victories. Yeah, Twins, I feel that, man. Well, I don't even know if you can see this, but yeah, I feel that. I was like, I don't know. I would just I'll wait for the ad to end at this point. I'm talking and nobody can hear me. All right, so Riley Green goes 3 for 4 with a home run and an RBI. Appleby goes 5 2/3. We got Game 3 coming up, which we'll wait for this ad to be over. Yeah, I know, Cardinal fan. I'm going to stop here and I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for everybody to come back. All right, we're back. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so we won the first 2 games. And just to answer Twins, yeah, I was never, like, I literally would just sit on my couch and drink all day. Like, all day. Like, I would, start at 11 o'clock or 12, and I would sit at my work computer and drink for 2 or 3 hours, and then I would sit on my couch and I would drink for the rest of the night. And that's what I would do every single day. And I just don't want to do it anymore. So I just stopped. So yeah, next April will be 10 years for me. That's pretty cool. So we won the first 2 games of the series. You guys missed that because you were watching Capital One ads. We had a 3-run homer from O'Neill Cruz in Game 1. 6 1/3, 1-run ball out of Serna. And in Game 2, it was another 3-2 victory. Riley Green, 3 for 4 in that one. So it's Game 3. We are looking for the sweep of the Rangers. We got Colin McKinney on the hill against Nabil Krismat, and we do sweep them. We win 6-0. O'Neill Cruz, 2 for 3, 2 RBIs. He hits 2 home runs. Computer drink. Yeah, I mean, FJ, and it started, I mean, I drank a lot, you know what I mean? But it was always beer. Like, I was never a hard liquor guy. I just drank, I would go through, you know, 12 pack of beer every day for like a decade. So thankfully my liver is not damaged and I'm healthy and everything's good, but had I kept that up, it's questionable. Yeah, see, Josh, I could never do that. I just could never do that. I just couldn't drink one or two like that. Yeah, twins. I quit smoking a long time. I quit smoking probably 20 years ago now, and um, I took they gave me an antidepressant, and it just made the smoking taste like it made me sick to my stomach. So I smoked a pack a day for like 3 or 4 years, and I started taking this antidepressant. I quit smoking in like 3 days. You limit yourself to getting shit faced on weekends and special. Hey, you do you, man. Like, I'm not one of those drinkers who's gonna tell other people not to do it. You know, you want to drink, go nuts, have a blast. All right, so we sweep the White Sox. We're moving on to the championship series. Next round of the playoffs. Yeah, Wellbutrin. That was it. You got that right. Yep, 100%. And it made me horribly, horribly ill. And I just said, okay, I'm done smoking now. I don't want to deal with this at all. So the Guardians, so we're going to lose to the Guardians. And the reason I know we're going to lose to the Guardians is because we were 8-1 against them in the regular season. They have a terrible offense, which means they'll probably put up 10 runs in the first game of the year. They're a bad offense, man. 14th in the American League in runs scored. Good pitching staff, though. Javier Santos. Oh, he's really good. I don't like the extreme fly ball, but those are some damn good ratings. I can imagine, Josh. Yeah, like I could today fall off the wagon and drink a case of beer. Like, not drinking is something I have to like continue to not fight with, because I don't like, it's not hard, but like it's something that I battle with every day. Not smoking, like I'll walk past somebody smoking a cigarette and I'll go, oh, that smells good, but I don't crave it. Like, I'm not gonna go out and drink. I'm not gonna go out and smoke. But if I'm walking by somebody who's smelling it, like I may take like an extra big inhale. Quan was terrible for us. We had him for a year and a half, and then we traded him back to Cleveland because he was terrible for us. 74 OPS plus in his one full season. All right, so let's see how this goes. Game one. No, we should have Serna pitching, right? He should be good to go. Yeah. Okay. All right, here we go. Game one. Javier Santos and Luis Serna, and we win 7-3. Guardians jumped out to a 3-0 lead. We scored 2 in the 5, 3 in the 6th. Hernandez, Buxton, Cruz, Harai, Graham, all with 2 hits. Sugaste with a 3-run homer. Our bullpen, 4 2/3 of 2-hit ball. That'll work. Game 2, Caleb Apple. You quit using Chantix. You were able to smoke on it. Didn't make you ill. Just started smoking less and less until I no longer crave. Took a month. Yeah, I don't know that Chantix was around when I was quitting. I mean, it was, like I said, it was 20 years ago. 20 years ago at this point. So I have a super addictive personality, so I just have to be really careful about that stuff because, you know, I'll go down the rabbit hole if I'm not. So all right, Bronny Munoz. Another good pitcher for Cleveland against Caleb Appleby, and the series is tied at 1. They beat us 5-1. 2 in the 4th, 3 in the 9th. Max Kepler with a 3-run homer for the Indians. Appleby gives up 2 and 6 1/3. I would just smoke with the patch on, Josh. I tried the patch. It didn't work for me at all. I would just smoke with it on. I had some really, really vivid dreams sleeping with the patch on. I know you weren't supposed to sleep with the patch on, and I had some super vivid dreams. I still have dreams like that I remember, like 20 years ago. I still remember having smoked with having the patch on when I went to bed. All right, game 3. Home field is with Cleveland. It's Colin McKinney against Ranger Suarez, and we are down 2-1. He scored 3 in the 3rd. Kyle Teal with a 2-run Single off of McKinney, who goes 4. Patch streams were the worst, yeah. I remember, I don't remember all of the details, but I remember there being undead gorillas with glowing red eyes. I think that's what I remember. That's the one thing I remember. I think I may have just watched, what was that? That movie with all of the gorillas with Amy. Do you remember what that movie was called? And they were like killer gorillas. That's terrifying, man. Cardinal fan, that is terrifying. Game 4, series is tied at 2. We take back home field advantage with a 5-1 victory. Heriberto Hernandez. That's what it felt like, FJ. Like you wake up and it was like, wow, that was real. That was a real dream. Hernandez 3 for 5 with 3 RBIs. Ray pitches fine. Only goes 4. Bullpen does what they're supposed to do. So a huge game 5 here. Luis Serna against Javier Santos, and it goes to the White Sox. So we're up 3 games to 2, going back to Chicago for the hopefully the final game. Harai with a home run, Pena with a home run, Harai with a couple of hits. Serna goes 5. All right, so that means we're going to have Appleby in 6 and McKinney in 7. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, Twins, Congo. Yeah, that was the movie. There's a scene at the end of the movie where they're in this, like, cave. And within this cave, there are a bunch of other little caves where all these monkeys come out. Or apes or gorillas, whatever they are. And I may have just finished watching that because that's what my dream was. It was terrifying. All right, do we advance to the World Series for a 3rd straight season? Bronny Munoz against Caleb Appleby in Game 6, and we lose Game 6, and we're going to go to Game 7. We lose 6-4. We jumped up to a 4-0 lead after 2. They scored 4 runs in the 3rd. Yuck. Green and Buxton homer. Appleby walks 7 in 3 2/3 innings, and this is going to come down to a Game 7. Going to be Ranger Suarez, who was 10-14 with a 3.95 ERA, against Colin McKinney, who was 13-8 with a 3.63 ERA. Game 7 for a chance to go to the World Series and take on the Cincinnati Reds. Do we go to our 3rd straight World Series? We do not. I told you we were going to lose to Cleveland. And Suarez he literally faced one batter. They brought their starter in. They brought their ace in the, what is that, the 6th? 3, 4, and the 5th? What a time for our bullpen to melt down. Schreiber, sleep paralysis. No, is that like when you can't sleep or when you can't wake up, or what is it? We got to do some international stuff here. Juan Feria. He looks pretty damn good. I'm not going to invite either of these guys because if we invite either Magana, or Matute, both of these guys we're going to end up maxing out our available pools. Yeah, right. He faced one batter and he was like, ow, my back. And he ended up beating us. Vega, we'll invite him. Ramos looks okay. We'll invite him as well. Campos, we'll invite him. Let's take a look at the batters. Well, that's disappointing. That is very disappointing. Inocenzio Morosini. That's a name. That is a name. David Ojeda, catcher with a little work ethic. How much does he want? $3 million? No, I'm good there. Yeah, I don't want to invite any of these guys who are looking for $2-3 million because you're going to get into a bidding war with all of them. So it's not even worth it unless there's one who's so much better. Like this guy, the bat's good enough that it justifies offering him the max, but I don't want to do it. I don't want to invite. I can't believe we lost both games at home. That's really irritating. We lost both games at home. All right, let's just keep going. Nobody any good there. Let's get to the end of the playoffs. You heard the door to your room open and close, and all you can do is just lie still. Oh, that's terrifying, man. That is terrible. The Guardians ended up winning the World Series, so we lost to the champions, so I guess it's not the worst thing in the world, but back-to-back World Series champions, and then we lose Game 6 and Game 7 at home, and we get knocked out by the eventual World Series champs. We can start the offseason. It's 8:30, so I don't know how much longer I'm really going to go, but we can start the offseason. I don't think we have any decisions to make from a contract perspective. $160 million. What does that mean we have? It means we have negative $17 million. I hate the Reinsdorfs. Will you, die? Die. Just die. And we're going to be able to save some money here, but we're not going to be able to bring anybody back. We're not going to be players in free agency. It's just sort of the way it is. Is tomorrow a holiday? No, that's next Monday. 29th is Memorial Day. I think we can say goodbye to Ellard at this point. Let him take his 2.2 and get that elsewhere. I don't think there's anybody else here. Said every White Sox fan. Yeah, right? But they're talking about Jerry. This is his son, Dan. Dan, in our world, Jerry died, I don't know, handful of years back. All right, let's start signing some of these guys. And oops. Oh, come on. I'm going to keep this guy until the end of time. David Balls Altamirano. You're off for the next 3 days. Nice. Yeah, I have next Monday off. You love a 3-day weekend, right? Love a 3-day weekend. Appleby wants 4.4. So if we do, is he interested in a long-term extension? I don't know, 7.5, 12, 10. Does that interest him at all? Nope. Okay, so 4.473, so 4.3. All right, that's fine. David Balls Altamirano. Love it. $5 million for. Okay, so Ray wants a long-term contract. I don't want to give him. How many more years does he have left? Where is he? Oh, this is just. Yeah, I'm not doing that. This is your first year of arbitration. No, we're gonna go with 4.8, and you're gonna take it. And that says 5.8. In fact, we may do 4.75. Okay, 4.8. He's only 25. Ground ball pitcher, good control. I mean, he's a decent pitcher. The fact that his nickname is Balls is just an added bonus. Serena wants 5.1. So we should be able to offer him the same thing. Or not. Oh, come on. Hey Josh, why do I do this? Why do I offer all these guys contracts? So you like to bust my balls about that? So Raylan Perez wants 3-2. Yeah, I mean, we'll be able to save a little bit of money doing this, but to boost our fan interest, obviously. Right. You got it. You listen. I like the fact that you listen. We have a couple of pitchers that we're going to lose that have some popularity. Like, I think Max Meyer is popular. Yeah, and I think Schreiber. Yeah, they're both very popular, but classic Aaron min-maxing. Hey, I got to do what I got to do with the White Sox. I got to figure out ways to have money around since my owner's family is a bunch of Scrooges. All right, so Blake, yeah, I can't pay my. We'll get back and we'll talk to him in a second. I can't pay. I don't even know that I can pay Hernandez $6 million. Tamez at 2.6 is okay, I think. I think we just say goodbye to Hunt. I can't pay him $3.5 million. That's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, right. Anthony Silvas making the minimum. 166 innings last year. I mean, it's fine, I guess. He's got 3+ pitches. A former first-round pick, sure. Not that we need. I mean, we do need a couple of pitchers because we're going to have some that are not going to be with us anymore, but it gives us. Yeah, the A's are rough. The A's are rough. I've been watching Skinny Pete, his playthrough, and it's working for him. His younger players are developing. His drafts, he's hit on pretty much all of his draft picks, so he hasn't had to spend any money. It's been going really, really well for him. By the way, if you like Out of the Park content, go follow Skinny Pete if you don't already. I think we have to bring Sugestay back, but I don't love it at $6 million, but I don't really have anybody else who's ready. Oh, Andrews isn't ready yet. I mean, he's still a year or two away. So I think we bring him back. $6 million. I mean, I could increase my budget if I wanted to, if I reduced my my scouting and development budget, but I'm not going to do that. So, Heriberto Hernandez. Let's see. I'm not going to trade him just to trade him, but if there's a bat that's close. Trey Sweeney. Nah. I mean, they're at least passable defensively, which is something that Hernandez isn't. I mean, Hernandez is strictly a designated hitter. And I think we just will sign him. It's fine. We will just sign him. Ooh, Anthony Volpe's a free agent. Ooh, man. That's going to make a lot of money. Yeah, so I was able to save about $5 or $6 million in arbitration. It's not a ton, but it's enough to help. I mean, it seems to be. I don't see any huge issues with it. I mean, do you? Elder, Eknes. I would love to bring Elder back, honestly. He's just, it's nice depth to have. But I don't think I can. Yeah, because I have no money. Player list, upcoming free agents, offer all of our minor leaguers. All right, let's get up to the next day, I guess. It seems like it is, Josh. I don't know. I mean, all I did was crank down inflation, and it seems to be fine. I mean, players are going to make $40 million. That's not that unrealistic. It's already happening. Do I have to? Oh yeah, I don't know how. Like I don't know how importing a league works. Um, I haven't seen any issue. Well, I haven't done it, so I don't know. What am I doing? Front office. Need to hire anybody, right? No. But I do want to see if there's a better scout, like I do every year. Let's go. Rafael Garcia. Outstanding at amateurs and minors. It's passable for international. Yeah, I think we can go that route. What does our scout look like right now? Oh, no, our scout's fine. Never mind. I was about to get rid of our scout. That would have been horrible. Scouting task. Let's run practice. Up to the Gold Gloves. Yeah, I don't know how much we're going to be able to do in free agency, so I might slam through the off season kind of offline. I don't know if there's going to be much that's going to happen. Benny Montgomery. It's a shame that didn't work out, but he'll move on. Fan reaction for Johnny Ray, for Hernandez. What are we up to? 98. Elder, not happy. That's a shame. Gold Gloves in the American League. No White Sox on the list. He's a center fielder. Oh, Joey Gallo still? Really? Oh, come on. Not cool. And NL, Drew Romo, is he still a free agent? He is. We're not going to be able to sign him, but he is a free agent. Relievers of the year. In the AL, Andres Munoz, look at that, a .92 ERA. Jake Palish, who used to be a White Sox, and we traded him. That's a regretful trade. And Josh Hader in the NL. Silver Sluggers, Riley Green. I forgot we had Jack Leiter. I would love to bring Leiter and Elder back, but I can't. Is that the only one? Yeah, Riley Green, Jung-Hoo Lee. So we had two Silver Sluggers this year. Alvarez, Encarnacion Strand, Schreier, De La Cruz, Ortega, Frank Padilla, Jared Donovan. Getting into the names. We're getting into fictionals. Kevin Kellenberger and Samuel Basallo. We'll at least get up to free agency and see what that looks like. And then I'll know if I'm going to have to do it offline or if there's going to be something for me to do online. So we had two of the top three. Jung-Hoo Lee is the unanimous winner. Not a surprise. Manager of the year in the AL is Nate Koneski of the Guardians and David Bell of the Reds. Cy Young in the AL goes to Vince Sanchez. Oh, my God. Wow. That's a pitcher. That is a pitcher. 32 walks and 290 strikeouts. That's something. That is something. Wow. And the MVPs in the AL, Estevan Machado of the Blue Jays, Wander Franco, Acuna. Jung-Hoo Lee finishes 4th. And in the NL, Cody Schreier, who has developed into a monster. Never seen Schreier develop like this in any save I've ever done. That pitcher. Okay. When did he get traded? He got traded from Baltimore in 2026 for J.P. Sears. In 2026, he was okay. He had his first real spike in 2026, and then 2027 was when his numbers went apeshit. How did he not win the MVP? Estevan Machado put up 8.5 WAR as a shortstop. You put up 10.7 WAR the year before that. Yeah, they actually got him and another player for JP Sears, which is the most amazing thing. We had 2 in the top 5, or 3 in the top 6. 4, 5, 6 were all White Sox. All right, let's go to free agency. Man, I thought with how well we played in September, I thought we were going to have a shot. I thought we had it. I thought we had a shot at another title at 3 straight. All right, let's look at the international people before we look at and see how much money we have. It's not terrible. Yeah, there's nothing. That's good. Edgar Quero is a free agent. Nolan Gorman. We got some free agents in their 20s. But we're not going to have any money to sign any of them. Yay, we have no money. Common JP Sears. We have no money. We have money for extensions. Because we lose O'Neal Cruz after this year. Although it's pretty obvious to me if we need to move on from some of our bullpen guys and Heriberto Hernandez or O'Neal Cruz, I think it's pretty obvious what we do. In fact, I might be able to re-sign him since we have $6.5 million. His first year contract could only be about $18 million, but I can make that work. Be interesting to see what Riley Green does after this season. If he puts up another 5.5 WAR, I could see him opting out, try to get more of a longer-term deal. I may try to move Hernandez this offseason, honestly. I hate having no money in the offseason. I want to have at least a tiny bit of flexibility. But next year, is Mullinax up? Maybe. He's nothing special. Paulson starts in AAA. Morgan may end up being our starting shortstop. I don't want to put him on the big league roster yet because I don't want to start that clock. Zorrito will start. I think he'll probably start in high A, get called up really quickly. Same thing with Tharp. Same thing with Acevedo. Same thing with him. Same thing with him. Oh, he's so good defensively, man. Can he be league average with the bat? I mean, it's unlikely. He hasn't been league average with the bat. He wasn't league average with the bat in A-ball this year. But worst case scenario, he's our backup infielder. So all these guys are going to start in high A-ball next year. Andrews is probably our starting catcher in 2030. Sugastay's contract expires at the end of this year. So we probably move on from him. Andrews will come up. Paulson's probably ready next season as well. My concern is O'Neal Cruz because we don't really have another option at third base. I mean, we could go to Jaloff if we had to. And if he gave us this kind of year, that would be fine. But that's not a problem for this year. That's a next year problem. We'll spend the offseason trying to bring Cruz back and kind of go from there, I think. So Yeah, I don't want to touch our scouting and development. I want to leave that where it is. Bump ticket prices up to like $34.25. Bump them up a bit. With fan interest at 98. Hopefully we are able to sell some tickets. I think that's going to do it, guys. I think I'm done. Going for just about 3 hours on the nose. So stay tuned tomorrow. There will be a new Cubs video. I recorded it on Thursday, I think, so that'll go up. Price gouging my loyal fans. Yeah, well, they're not loyal. They're only sort of loyal. They're only above average loyalty. I'm not gouging anything. Show me the love, man. I brought you 2 titles in 3 years. It's a Cubs video tomorrow. I'm going to record another Draft to Glory video tomorrow. That'll probably go up Tuesday. And then Tuesday, I'll probably record the next video for the White Sox. That'll go up Wednesday. And then we'll kind of take it from there. Probably record a Cubs video Wednesday, post it Thursday, and just kind of see what happens. So thanks for hanging out tonight, guys. I appreciate it. Have a fantastic rest of your Sunday night. Join my Discord. If you aren't already in Discord, come hang out. And yeah, that's it. All right. I'll see you guys later. Have a good night. Bye.